This is Bargain Bin. Unfortunately, Vesper's not going to be able to be here tonight. He's had a little bit of a surgery today. Everything's all good. He just needs some time to recover. So I'm going to be host for tonight. Before we get into it, just a few quick reminders for you all. Games Done Quick is looking to expand its games committee. If you're interested in helping plan mainline GDQ events, you can go to gamesdonequick.com/jobs for more information. Also, you can now join the official GDQ Discord, and you can add the hotfix role where you can keep tabs on upcoming events, talk with staff and showrunners, and more. You can use !Discord in Twitch chat for more information. Like I said, this is Bargain Bin. This is games that are $20 or less. These are some of your cheaper games or games that have been out for a very long time. We've got Tomb Raider Chronicles starting it off. I'll hand it over to a runner here. I'll let you introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi. I am Rushy or Rushabald. You could call me whatever you want. And I'm gonna be running Tomb Raider 5. Gonna be doing any percent glitched. So there's gonna be plenty of glitches in this, and without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started. I guess I'll do a countdown and we'll get going.
Yep.
All right, so on go. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, and right off the bat, the first thing that we're gonna be doing is a glitch that involves a flare and binoculars. So I'll go ahead and just do it first, and then we'll go ahead and explain it a little bit. First, we got to get rid of this dog in order for this glitch to work. Luckily, he behaved, so that went well. And I'm going to be making a save here because sometimes the game could crash, and we don't want that. There we go. All right, and here's the glitch. And it worked. All right, so basically what I did there was I pretty much just aimed the binoculars at a specific tile that activates this cutscene. And from there, I pretty much draw my guns, and that pretty much skips this entire section of this level. It saves a lot of time, as you could imagine. We also got to make sure that nothing is active in the map, including enemies. And we also had to make sure I believe our flare goes out as well. And now we get this wonderful cutscene. A lot of the cutscenes in this, I will say, are kind of silly. So I'll go ahead and let some of it just kind of play out.
You were kicked in the head by a horse, so the brain doesn't work correctly.
How'd you know about that?
Never mind, never mind. We wait until she collects the other pieces. In this fashion, we have the full price at no extra effort.
You is one clever cookie, boss.
Comparatively, yes. Come, let's get off this roof, and I will buy you a milkshake.
So they're gonna go get milkshakes. For those that have played Tomb Raider 1, that is Larson and Pierre. They appear in this game as bad guys again. I just love that cutscene. I don't know why that line is just so iconic to me. The fact that they're gonna go get milkshakes, it's wonderful. All right, so here we're gonna do a glitch where we go through the wall using our flare. Let me make sure I get this, and I did not, but good thing I saved. All right. This might take a couple attempts, but hopefully we can get it. There we go.
Nice.
So we pretty much just jumped straight through the wall there, and that allows us to bypass a bunch of things to open that door. Here we go into the wall again, but this time we teleport upwards. So if you go into a wall or a corner or anything like that, if there's a tile that you can stand on above it, it'll teleport you there. So that's basically how that works. And now I'm going to be interacting with this bird. I'm going to heal as well. Wonderful. All right. Now we go ahead and continue. We're going to go ahead and activate another cutscene. The cutscenes are kind of messed up. You'll hear a sound effect of an explosion right here in a little bit. But nothing happened. That, I believe it's because we entered this building in a way that's not dev intended, I'm assuming. Kind of weird, but I like pointing that out. All right, now we're gonna do the same glitch, but we're going outside now. And hopefully this works out. This one can be a little tricky for me. Oh, I did not want to do that. There we go. And perfect, we got through it. That sometimes gives me issues, but I'm glad it worked out pretty easily there. Now we get this key item and we are on our way to level 2. So, like I said, there's going to be a lot of unskippable cutscenes in this game, or in this speedrun.
Come, Lara.
But I will say, I love the majority of these cutscenes. I don't know, they're just goofy. They're really silly. And I don't know, they just got they got charm to them, I guess. That's the best way I could put it. So let's go ahead and watch this cutscene as well while I drink some water.
Now, the second stone, if you please, Miss Croft.
Come get it.
It's a little too late in the evening for these games. Larson, search her, if you please.
Well, god darn if I don't get all the best jobs.
You want to try the back pockets?
Larson, enough! Enough! My patience is exhausted with this childish nonsense. The stone, Miss Croft.
If you put this into that gate, Pierre, you're going to get a lot more than you bargained for. Trust me.
I'll put it in then.
That would be one of the stupidest moves you've made. And that's saying something. I think you'll appreciate.
A nice try as always, Miss Croft.
Wait for it. Don't say I didn't warn you.
What is it? What have we done?
In your usual flamboyant style, you have set in motion the next gate phase.
Next gate phase?
If my memory serves me, the gate has realigned itself. And if it does not receive 2 stones in the next few moments... If I was you, I'd grab your Cro-Magnon cowboy over there and run as fast as your little legs can carry you. Au revoir, mon cher.
All right, and now we are on to level 2. So we're going to be doing the same cutscene, or not cutscene, the same skip using our binoculars. Hopefully this works out well. We will see. First things first, we're going to skip this gate over here by holding down crouch and forward, and that just lets us bypass that gate. And now we're going to go ahead and do the glitch with the binoculars. So let me just pause buffer here. Beautiful. And then we turn a little bit to the left. Use our binoculars. Draw guns, roll. And that skips that entire level, which is really cool. I love like glitches where it pretty much bypasses a crazy amount of stuff. All right, now let me go ahead and make sure this works out. There we go. So here I'm gonna be making a save for a later glitch. I won't explain the glitch yet. I'll explain it once we get to the part where we actually use it, but just know that I just made a save in level A. This is level A and I just made a save in it. So just keep that in mind. I'll explain it later what that means once we get there. For now, I'm also gonna be changing what save I have ready to go so I don't overwrite that important save. And now we go ahead and do some more pause buffering. Pause buffering is basically where you hold a direction, you hold pause, and you do that. And I think I did it a little too much. Let me see, let me make sure. No biggie, we'll just go ahead and do it again. You hold a direction, you pause, and you keep spamming the pause button essentially. Like that. So that pretty much sets it up so I can skip a lion being activated down here. There will be another lion that we have to deal with, but luckily we only have to deal with 1 lion as opposed to 2. Now we deal with this 1 lion. Cool. And now we're gonna teleport up using our flare. Perfect. Now next up, I will be doing something known as a flare cancel. I believe it exists in Tomb Raider 2 to 5. Well, I know it exists in 5, obviously, but at least Tomb Raider 2 to 4 for sure. I just did it right there. So when you jump from a high enough altitude, you'll basically get it to where Lara stumbles or goes for a stumbling animation. But when you press flares again, like that, it basically cancels that animation, if I'm not mistaken. Now for a difficult skip, and hopefully I get this. Let me save here. All right, so this skip will skip a 2-minute long cutscene, and we really want to not see that cutscene. So let's hope we get it. Maybe one more. There we go. I think that should be good. Hopefully it is. I think that's good. Okay, we got the hard part done. Now for the difficult part, or the easy part. Should be easy. Okay. Oh no. Okay, so we gotta do it again. And hopefully we don't activate the cutscene anyway. And we got it. Let's go. So that is pretty tough for me at least to get past. Like I said, it skips basically a 2-minute long cutscene, and that saves a good amount of time. So let's go. All right, I'm gonna make another save here. And then hopefully we don't fall down into the lava pit below. You're probably asking, what lava pit? That one. There we go. Beautiful. And now what we're gonna do is a glitch with our med packs. Med packs are how we heal. What I did there was I had one med pack left. If you have one med pack left of any kind, if you hover over it in your menu and then press the corresponding hotkey for it and then select it in your menu, it'll give it a weird value where it tricks the game into giving you a bunch of like meds. Kind of weird how it works, but yeah, it's basically how it works. Oh, and I'm gonna make another save after this cutscene. Also, I'm gonna be doing something, I did it earlier already, but I'm gonna be doing something that basically tricks the game into thinking we have a key item that we do not. So I'm gonna be doing that right now. And we should have this. We should have this. There we go. Oh, he never gets that close. Ooh. That is scary. That's strange, but it's okay. Like I said, we got infinite med packs, so not that big a deal. And now we are out of that section of the game. So that first section took place, I believe, in Rome. I'm almost certain. This section takes place in Russia. Now, in this room, when you play this casually, you're expected to open up all these doors and these like different corners of the room. You're expected to do a bunch of platforming on top of all those boxes and crates while avoiding this claw machine above us, which will drop down on us if we stay in one place for too long, like in its range. But since we're doing glitches, we don't really have to do any of that. We just have to open one door, take care of one guy, get his key card, and we are pretty much out of there. So let's go ahead and get going. So we need to get a key from this locker. There it is. And then we make our way to the door it belongs to. And you can hear the claw machine above us. Like I said, if we hold still at any point, it could hit us, but obviously we're not gonna be holding still, at least not in its range. And I'm gonna make another save here. Now here's the guy that has our key card. We're gonna go ahead and take care of him. And then I'm gonna do the med pack glitch again. I'm gonna save. Yeah, let's save here. Now, one thing I will say, in this section of the game, we have 3 flares, and each one of them we need. So I cannot mess up at all with any of the flares. That's why I made that safety save, just in case something went wrong. I'm doing the same glitch here that we've done in the other levels. Just jumping through the wall using a flare. And now we make our way outside of this building. All right, next up, we're going to be doing a corner bug. I believe it's called a corner bug. We basically go into the corner and it teleports us to the next floor above that corner. Like so. Now we go down. Healing on the way, just to be on the safe side. Because those are pretty big falls. And we use our key card. And next up is going to be a dog that is 90% of the time really nice. A really nice, peaceful dog. But you never know. This could be that 10%. And hopefully he behaves. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Did I say 90%? I'm pretty sure I said 90%. But anyway. All right, now we continue. There's the dog. I don't know if you saw it.
I don't know if you're tricking me, but I'm pretty sure you said 90%. But now you've got me doubting.
Okay,
doubting myself now.
Yeah, I said it, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I said that, but now I'm not sure. I'm hoping the math adds up. All right, there we go. The dog behaved, by the way, so that's good. That's good. Now we're gonna go ahead and put this fuse into this generator, which will allow us to press a button, which will allow us to then platform across a bunch of boxes and get onto a submarine, which is pretty much where the majority of the rest of this is gonna take place. Or probably not the majority, but a good bit. So that platform moved. Now we make our way outside, and this dog is... He was chill. That's good. Glad I made that jump, because if you miss that jump, you end up like down below in that like pit, and you have to do like a ladder climb of shame. So okay, glad I didn't have to do that. And then we get another cutscene. It's pretty much a 1v1 fight. Lara and this one dude. As you could probably guess, Lara's gonna win this easily. Like it's not even a question. I'm gonna take a drink of my water. And now we are on the sub.
Economy class.
So I want to point out one thing in this cutscene specifically. There is a weird thing that happens with one of these dudes with you'll see them right now. One of these 2 dudes with the guns. When we get into the hallway, pay attention to the guy walking behind Lara on the left side. I'll point it out once we get there, but it's just something weird that happens. It's something that I'd never noticed until like my 3rd or 4th time playing this game, and ever since I noticed it, I just cannot not notice it now. So I'm gonna point it out to you guys. I'm sorry.
Listen to you, but unfortunately the situation I find myself in doesn't allow me that privilege. So if you would be quiet and hurry along like a good little...
Alright, so pay attention to the guy on the back left, behind Lara. Right here. He's gliding, and he phases through Lara. I don't know why that is, but things like that just make me very happy about this game. I don't know. It's fun. It's fun to notice. All right, and now remember earlier when I said we were making a save in level A? This is now level B. And I will explain the glitch once we complete it, but just know now this is level B. Making the save, loading save A, then loading save B, and we are done with the level. So the way that works is we make a save in level A, and then we make a save in level B. The save in level A's coordinates have to go exactly, they have to match up with the coordinates for the end of level B. And when you load in between both of those saves, it tricks the game into pretty much skipping the rest of the level B and just, yeah, going to the next level. And we're going to be doing it again in a little bit in this level. This will now be level A. And it's just crazy how much time that saves, because before we used to have to go through this entire level in the submarine. If I remember correctly, I don't think there were too many glitches in it either. So it's really nice. It's really nice save with time. And here we get a spear, which is basically what we're after in this section of the game. In Tomb Raider Chronicles, it's basically a bunch of different stories told by Lara's friends. So this is a different story where we're after a spear, and now we have it. And now we got to make our way back to the submarine in a little bit. But something kind of happens to complicate matters. Now we have limited air, so we have to make our way back before our air runs out. The only thing is we have infinite meds, so it doesn't really matter. But we do want to go fast. We do want to go fast regardless. So I'm going to be making a couple saves here. Oh, that was not good, but it's okay. Okay, so first save is a safety save. The next save will be the save for the glitch. This is level B, or level A, I mean. And the next save will be to make sure I don't overwrite either of those saves. There's a lot of save management in this game, or at least if you want to make sure you make it through a run. Because I've had so many runs where I would be doing really good on a really good pace, and then I get to a part where I'm like, okay, I got my saves, I'm ready to go. Only to find out, oh, I overwrote that save, and I'm kind of doomed. That's happened so many times. Yeah, it's rough when that happens. So for the sake of finishing this run, I'm making so many safety saves. And this is the bad guy of this section of the game. He's pretty much after the artifact that we found, and in a little bit you'll see what happens to him once he gets a hold of the artifact. I will say also, the best thing about all these cutscenes, perfect time to get a snack, to drink some water, stretch your legs a little, just kind of vibe.
Gives you a little bit of a break during a run.
Exactly. I'm gonna take a drink of my water.
Take her to the torpedo room. And
Okay.
into the ocean.
So in a little bit, we're about to see what happens with this guy.
Sergei, listen to me. You don't know what you're dealing with.
And he finds out what he's dealing with right here. He starts floating in the air. I don't know exactly what's happening to him, but something. And now all of a sudden, the submarine is now sinking, which is not good. So now we got to make our way off the submarine and escape. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to ignore these two dudes, no biggie. We have infinite meds, we do not care. I didn't need to heal there, but just to show. There's no worries about health here. All right, and hopefully we won't be on fire for too long at this specific point. Okay, we're fine. Now Lara's gonna be going through quite a bit in this level. As you can see, there's some electrified water. Unfortunately, that's in our way of finishing this level, so we're gonna go ahead and just walk through it. No biggie. And we're gonna heal as we go. Then we're gonna take care of this guy who has a key card that we do need. And I'm gonna make another save. And we're gonna walk across that same electrified water. Jump over this table, hopefully. Nice. And now poor Lara is gonna be on fire. There's a good reason why she's gonna be on fire. Basically what it does is there's gonna be a tile coming up that activates another cutscene. And I don't know how long that cutscene is. I'm gonna guess like maybe 1.5 to 2 minutes. And for some reason, when Lara's on fire, that tile is completely ignored. It basically means we don't got to see that cutscene.
Huh.
It's kind of weird. I don't know why that works the way it does. There's also something later on where we're gonna be going through some lasers that would otherwise harm us, but since we're on fire, it doesn't matter. It's really weird. Here's the tile, by the way, right after this this door, right here, and no cutscene. There's a guy to our right that we would normally have this entire cutscene with, but we're just gonna awkwardly ignore him and just be on our way. All right, and now for the hardest glitch of the game, in my opinion. So I'm gonna try to focus here. I don't like that, actually. I don't like that neither. There we go. That should be good. Hopefully. Okay, that's 1/2 of it. I'm gonna make another save. Hopefully that's good. That might not be good, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay, it's good. Okay, let's go. We got through that. So that series of glitches is kind of tricky because it's basically 2 glitches where we trick the game into thinking we have a necessary item that we do not have. But we have to do 2 of them back to back. And we have to do it with 1 flare. So we have a time limit of when 1 flare goes out. I think the time a flare takes to go out is, I think, 30 seconds. So we got a small window to make sure that we get that right. And I'm really, really happy that I was able to get that right without too much issue. So I'm really happy. Let's go. Now we got another cutscene. And once we're done with this cutscene, we'll be out of Russia and then we'll go to Ireland for easily my favorite section of the game, at least casually. But I'll explain that later.
This is my gift to your child. I release you to a future beyond this dying vessel.
And my gift to you?
Tell my story. Tell how the proud men of the Russian Navy fought against the enemy from inside and sacrificed their lives for that their country may once again stand proud.
You have my word.
I salute you. Quickly, into the airlock, and I will release you.
Goodbye, Admiral.
All right, and now we are in section 3 of the game. So this section is actually really short. So the first level of the speedrun takes about 6 minutes for me. This entire section, so this is 3 levels, I believe, takes about 5 minutes. It's kind of ridiculous. As you can see there, we instantly skipped this entire level, or that entire level, by doing a series of moves that allows us to vault onto a ledge that we are otherwise not supposed to vault onto. And it takes us straight to the end of the level. Now we got another cutscene. This time we're gonna see that something creepy is happening in this, I don't know what this is. It's like a chapel, I believe. But yeah, this section of the game, I will say, is probably easily my favorite because it's got really creepy, like, horror elements to it, which you do not really see that much in Tomb Raider games, I feel like. But this is why I love this section. But unfortunately, we skip a lot of that. So I would definitely say check this game out if you want to see the creepy stuff. But okay, we go ahead and get this bag out of this thing. I don't know what that music's about, by the way. I've always wondered what that's about. I don't know if it was like a placeholder or if there's like an actual like lore reason as to why that plays, but I'll take it. Okay, now we continue. All right, we put I think that said bone dust. I believe that's what that is. We put that into the little bowl there, and we're gonna wait here to make sure we don't get hit by these skeleton ghosts. And now there they go. And things are back to, well, kind of normal. So let's go ahead and make a save there. Hopefully I could get this where, oh wait, nope, that's not gonna work. I was trying to make it to where I could just sprint into this door all smooth like, but it didn't work. That's okay. All right. This glitch, I don't really know how to explain. Basically, we're lining up Lara's right foot with the seam in the floor. Oh, that didn't work. We're lining up her right foot with the seam in the floor and jumping at a 45-degree angle into the wall. A little more, there we go, until we get into the wall, and then we just do a bunch of neutral jumps. And that skips the level. There we go. And then we get even more cutscenes. Like I said, I do love this game. It has a lot of cutscenes, but it is a really fun game to run. This game is actually the first game that I ever learned how to speedrun, so it's really near and dear to me. Really near and dear to me.
I've only played without you making me jump out of my skin and all.
Alright, I'm gonna take a drink of my water.
What about me hair?
It's white.
Aye, that'd be right. I was detained by some unpleasant fellas from down below. Gave me quite a fright. That's why I wasn't at the chapel. But I can see you've kept yourself busy. Anyways, let's get you out of here and back to safety.
And wait, hold on. There's another cutscene. Let's go. Yeah, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them.
Stay put. Or you'll be banging into something that'll make your hair turn white. And we wouldn't be wanting that now, would we?
Father, I found a book in the labyrinth.
You've been sightseeing in there as well. Good Lord almighty, girl. I've been needing to chain you to something.
It has protective symbols. Maybe you could use them.
Bless you for the thought, but I've enough protection from him above. And for that diagram to be any good, you'd have to draw it out and be sitting in the middle of it. And you know something? I've left all my colouring pens at home tonight. Now, you'd be doing me a big favour if you were to stay put before you bang into something bigger than you.
Stay put. Right.
Yeah, so we're not gonna stay put like that cutscene said. Instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over here, miss that jump, then make the jump. Let's go. And hopefully we could skip this cutscene that activates two little demon guys. So this is level B. Remember we made another save in another level A. This is now level B. If you remember in the last level B, we needed a flare to go into the wall. Unfortunately, in this section, we don't have flares. So we need something to act as the flare to get us into the wall. This torch seems perfect. So we're going to go ahead and use this. And hopefully we skip the cutscene again. There we go. We stop at a specific point. That might be okay. We'll see. Yeah, it should be okay. We get into the wall. Make our save. Load save A. Load save B. And we skip that level. And now I'm going to make two saves here just to be on the safe side. And now we are no longer in Ireland. We are now in New York, I believe. We are in a gigantic building owned by the bad guy, or one of the bad, I think he's the bad guy, of Tomb Raider 4, Von Croy. I don't know what the business dealings of this company are, but they're basically holding on to an artifact called the Iris. And we're here to basically take it away from them.
Thanks. But
And that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't really understand it, but you know what? I'm not gonna
Contact me
question it. I'm not gonna question it too much.
This was the 2000s, you know, it was a different time.
Exactly. All right, we make a save and load there to get rid of that camera. We shoot that vent. We go into the corner. Buffer until we see this light cross a certain line. Load again. And we're done. So that's similar to that other glitch that I couldn't really explain, where we just neutral jump and we end up ending the level. Give me a sec. Let me make sure I do this correctly. Same idea, but just a more complicated, well, not complicated, but more steps to the setup.
myself in the building.
And we just went through lasers, like I mentioned. Because we are on fire, we do not have to worry about the lasers. And we're, by the way, we're going to be on fire for the majority of, actually the entirety of this level. And the reason for that is because of those lasers, I'm almost certain. Because we're going to pass through this beginning section again with the lasers, and we got to make sure we make it through them. So I gotta spam the heal button while doing all this other stuff. It's a bit much. But you get kind of used to it after a while. You get kind of used to the multitasking.
Gonna be sore in the morning.
Yeah, sorry, you're gonna hear that sound effect for this entire level.
On the ground floor.
Okay, let's see.
Office eye.
All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and save again. I'm pretty much making every save I possibly can just to be safe. And now I'm gonna count. I'm counting tiles. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, and this should be 7. So I'm gonna make another save. And this is all a setup to make a difficult jump. Let's go. I got it. All right. And now we go ahead and make our way down. And here we are. So from here on, I'm still basically just multitasking, doing all this crazy maneuvering while trying to keep Lara alive. It's a lot to do, but I'm gonna be making saves throughout this entire thing just to make sure we get through this run, and we don't have to like repeat a cutscene or anything crazy like this ladder that takes a while to climb. Basically just saving time in case something goes wrong. Okay, there we go. And hopefully we don't fall off of here. It's almost happened to me once while I was practicing this speed run, but luckily nothing happened there. Oh, I messed up there. It's okay. Up. There we go. No one saw that. There we go. Now we shoot that fish tank with no fish in order to make this floor walkable, because I think it has lasers usually if you don't shoot it. I don't understand, but you know, it's just how the game is.
They're coming through the door with welding torches.
Now in this room, you're expected to usually walk from one button to the next, so you don't activate these machine guns. But since we have infinite meds, we do not care about that. So instead of walking our way to these buttons, we're just gonna go. We're gonna book it. All right. And over here, we're gonna be getting a disc. Right over here. I'm gonna make another save. And then we're gonna go ahead and put that disc into this computer, which will let us put the iris into this iris holder, I guess you could call it. I don't know what else to call this thing. There it is. And now we make our way into this vent. A lot of this game takes place in vents, or at least it used to. I believe in the submarine level that we skipped, a lot of it took place in vents, but I just realized this as I'm running this. Alright, now we're gonna skip some dialogue by just saving and loading. There we go. Save and load, and that skips all that dialogue that we would otherwise have to listen to. And this part, this code right here, as you can see, I know it by heart, but just in case, I do have a sticky note just ready to go. But there have been times where, like, I played this game so many times and I should know that code, but sometimes you just draw a blank and you just don't know. So I do have like a little sticky note ready to go just in case, but we don't need it because we're too pro. All right, now we go up here. And now, as you can see, we are at the start again. So we make our way through these lasers again, which is the whole reason why we're on fire. And hopefully this blows up. Cool. And we're done. Now, one thing I do want to bring up, you might be thinking, but Rush, that was at the beginning. Why didn't we just do that from the start? Well, the reason for that is, and I tried it. The reason for that is if you blow up that fire extinguisher and get through the door, the tile that's supposed to end the level doesn't actually end it. So I think it's something that's activated throughout the level when you play it normally. So I think that's why we got to go through that entire thing. I tried it. That was the first thing I tried when I started learning this speed run. But now we get the final cutscene of the game. That, well, not this guy, but the other guy is Von Croy, the bad guy from the Tomb Raider 4 game. And they're angry that we're here. That's all I could really get from this. And now we're at the final level of the game. Alright, so from here, we are gonna wanna save. Take care of this guy who's completely oblivious to us. Did not hear that explosion, didn't hear all the ruckus that we were causing. He's just vibing, you know, I don't blame him. Alright, we go up here. We are gonna save again. Oh, that was scary. There we go. And we're gonna be dealing with some more lasers, but unfortunately this time we are not gonna be on fire, so we can't just bypass them. So this time we're gonna have to actually deal with them. We're gonna have to actually like maneuver our way through them carefully. And hopefully I can get this trapdoor correctly first try, but let's see. Hey, I got it, let's go. All right, let's get up here and take care of this dude. And let me make another save.
Got a feeling this isn't quite what it seems.
And I knew.
All right, cool.
The pretty face.
And I'm gonna make another save to save over. Oh, I didn't mean to go that early. Kind of got a little too eager to get going. All right, let's see. There we go. There we go. I'm just gonna wait for this laser to go on. There we go. Again. And we should be done. We are good. Now we are about to enter the last area. I gotta say, this has been really fun. I can't believe it's already almost done. So let's see.
Yeah, right? It's been going like super quick.
Yeah. It's going pretty smoothly. Now we're gonna do something here. Either I'm gonna look really cool or kind of silly, but we're gonna see what happens. Hey, I look cool. Let's go. That's actually a lot easier to do than it seems. You just hold right and the shoot button and it just works out sometimes. Usually. Sometimes you can't miss that though. And this is the final glitch of the game. I'm gonna focus here. Make another save. So this is called a quap. This is a quap glitch. And oh, I failed it, but it's okay. I believe it exists in pretty much all the classic Tomb Raiders, I'm almost certain. Oh no, I'm not getting it. But let's see. Good thing we make a save there. Oh. There we go. So Lara goes into this weird, like, animation where she just slides across the floor. We go under this wall, turn to the left. My hand slipped, so hopefully it's still fine, but we'll see. And we roll, and this is gonna be time.
GG.
And that, thank you. That was Tomb Raider 5. Thank you guys so much for having me. Thank you for letting me showcase this run. It's a lot of fun. And really quick, just shout out to the Tomb Raider community just as a whole. That includes the speedrunners, challenge runners, the custom level creators, the streamers, pretty much everybody. It's a really awesome community to be a part of. And also, if you want to check out how to run this game, you could check out the tutorial on YouTube done by Footy. And you could also check us out on Discord, on the Tomb Raider Discord, if you have any questions. But yeah, thank you so much for letting me do this, and I'll see you guys later.
Thank you so much for being on, for showcasing the run. This was a fantastic run. I think you did really well. You explained everything very well. Very entertaining. Like you were saying, this went by in a flash. Like I looked over and I was like, oh my god, it's almost over. Like, so thank you very much for showcasing the run. We do have one more game coming up for you tonight. We've got Alice Madness Returns, so we are going to take a quick break, everybody, and then we will be back with that. See you in just a few minutes, everyone. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. This is the bargain bin. Oh my god. This is a show dedicated to showcasing games that are under $20. Anything from newer games that are just under 20 or older games such as that. Before we get into our second run of the night, just a few quick reminders. If you have missed out on any of our other shows or events, you can go check out the VODs all on youtube.com/gamesdonequick. Also, if you want to know what our upcoming shows are looking like, what our weekend specials are looking like, you can go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix for more information on all of our upcoming shows. With all of that said, we have Alice Madness Returns. I'll hand it over to our runner and commentary. Let everybody introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Bamford. I am the runner today, and I am joined by my wonderful commentator, Izzy.
Hi, I'm Izzy. I'm helping with commentary. I love the Alice games. They're amazing.
Yes.
We're going to have a lot of fun.
They are. So this is Alice Madness Returns. I am going to set us up with a new save file, hotfix, because, we're on a hotfix. Okay, so the timer is going to start after I go through some options here. We do new game. We play on easy because it's easy. We have to set the gamma up because you'll see why in a minute, and then invert look off, obviously. All right, we'll start the timer in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so this is Alice Madness Returns. If you have not heard of the Alice games, they are made by American McGee, who is kind of like the Tim Burton of video games, I would say.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe them.
Yeah, so you can honestly equate this a lot to the Tim Burton Alice movies.
Except even darker than those movies.
The story's really dark. We're going to be skipping through a lot of the cutscenes, though. So it'll be fine. So, every level here, we start out with this walking section. This is real life. We'll get to Wonderland in a minute.
Real life in London.
Yeah.
Chasing a cat down the alley, as one does.
Of course. Oh, this cat is also magic. It can clip through buildings. Fun. We also get the best feature in the game here, if I click in the right stick, we go into first person. Who needs this?
Oh my goodness. Why is this a thing?
I don't know. I question that every day.
Is it even like useful?
Nope. And you can only
It's
do it
only
in the
for
walking
these
section.
yeah, only for the London sections too.
Yeah, it's great. Alright, so we're almost out. We almost get to the gameplay. So we're supposed to be learning about Alice's past, how she is kind of been in a
Blah blah blah. She was an
state.
orphan, some sort of fire with her family or something.
Yeah, the whole story of this game is trying to figure out who started this fire and that killed her family. I'll explain the story as we go. Every walking section will explain like kind of what we learned. It's a whole lot of nothing until the very end. So the main movement here, we get jumping. And jumping is going to play a big portion of this game. Specifically because we can do what's called a glitch jump. We'll get to that, but we also get twirls, and we can gain height with our jumps if we time them right. It is very specific timing, but gaining height is kind of broken. And we learn about mushrooms that bounce us. And we also get this shrinking. So a lot of times it's used to just go into keyholes. We'll use it for a few other things. It also gives us a thing called a shrink sense, which puts like writing on the walls to tell you where to go. And some invisible platforms will become visible when we shrink.
Kind of like those things, those glowing things on the wall.
Yeah. Alright, so you can see we just collected some teeth there. Teeth is the main currency of this game. Totally not dark. This game is super fun and happy. And
Yeah, it's Wonderland. How could it not be?
right? I lost all my side momentum there. That sucked. So for any percent, we do actually have to collect teeth. If you run NG+, everything is unlocked, but we have to upgrade.
You can get a lot of momentum off those slides if you jump correctly.
Yes, we will be doing that later. I did a little bit there, but we'll see some really cool stuff with that.
Yeah.
And now we got our first enemy and our first weapon. It's the Vorpal Blade. I'm using this a lot in the early game because it's kind of strong.
We also unlocked the dodge ability, which is our fastest form of movement that we have.
Yes.
So we're going to be dashing all over the place.
Unfortunately, it's the fastest. I do wish we could go faster.
Yeah.
But
And also, you're going to see Bam, like, when trying to turn a corner while dashing, he will shrink. And that's because you're kind of locked into a specific direction when you're chaining a chain of dashes. But if you shrink in between any dash, that will allow you to change direction. So Bam's going to be doing that every now and then while dashing in order to change directions.
Yep. And now we get our second weapon, which is the Pepper Grinder. This is our long-range weapon. We're not going to use this one as much. Let's destroy these. These are shooting out some little flies, and I have to destroy them. It's annoying. There, I'm going to try and get some height. Oh, I actually hit an invisible wall. There's invisible collisions kind of everywhere, and not hitting them is key.
So many invisible collisions. It's insane how many.
Yeah. So this is a snout. The Duchess down there, which we skipped her cutscene because we don't want to talk to her. She tells us that we should put pepper in the snouts, and I think she eats them or something. In the first game, she was trying to eat Alice, but now she's on a diet. I don't know.
Yeah, she human flesh is not appetizing to her anymore.
Yeah. So they normally reveal some hidden pathways or special collectibles, so we won't do pretty much any of them. And that was our first glitch jump. So normally you only get 3 jumps. I'm going to do another one up here. Normally get 3 jumps. We can, by pressing a second button, we can get a 4th. Like that. And that skipped a walking section and a mini cutscene. And I'll just do another one. Why not? Oh, what if we do another one? Wow, crazy.
Yeah. So basically, Alice has like 3 different like twirls, and if you hold down the button, she'll kind of float down a little bit. On your last one, if you hold down that the gliding button, if you press a different button bound to this jump, you can get the extra glitch jumps. That's basically how that works, and allows us to get basically 5 jumps instead of 4.
Yeah.
Or 3, or however many.
It also will give us a little bit of height, which is very useful. Oh, he's nice to us. Okay. Now we got these train cars. And this is a part of the main plot in Wonderland, is the Infernal Train. And the Infernal Train is corrupting Wonderland, and we're trying to figure out why it's here and how to stop it. So we got to talk to all these characters and try and figure out what's happening to our family and all about this Infernal Train. Here I'm gonna do a death warp. I'm gonna shrink into the wall and die. So instead of defeating enemies, it just teleports us to the next area. I don't know why that's built in.
Who needs combat when we can death warp?
Exactly. Okay, I'm gonna do a trick here that's not using any percent, and it's actually a little bit slow, but it's using 100%, and it's funny, so we're gonna do it. But there's a snout over here that I can hit long range. And then this cutscene plays, and I can cancel it. And so now I can move around during this cutscene that I'm not supposed to be able to move. You can see me down there, little itty bitty Alice. But, yep, we're supposed to be walking into this. But I can just jump around. And if I dash, it cancels all my movement and I get stuck. That's very funny.
I knew Wonderland was cursed, but I didn't realize it was this cursed.
I also just died, so... you can also just throw yourself off the edge during a cutscene. And now we have a unskippable cutscene. We kind of get to talk to the Cheshire Cat here. He's a little bit creepier than in the regular Alice in Wonderland.
Dr. Bumby says change is constructive.
But we also start getting to see the steampunk aspect of this game. And every level's gonna have a different theming to it. This one's very heavy on the steampunk.
But does he know more?
I love steampunk so much. I love this area of the game. It's so just I love it so much.
Yeah, they did a really good job with this part. There's only one level that I don't like the theming of.
Yeah, the visuals in this game and just the art that they put into it is so... I just love the art of everything American McGee does. The first game, the second game.
So typical.
Oh, yeah, and the camera just kind of clipped through there because of the stuff we did before. Alright, now we're going to start getting to some actual skips. We saw a few, like, baby ones. They saved a little bit, maybe 15 seconds total. We're gonna get to ones that save, like, minutes now. And we get to see how the game is truly broken. So first, we're gonna glitch jump across this gap. But we have to wait for the gear to start moving. There's an invisible wall that I don't want to run into. Nice. So, we're obviously not supposed to be able to glitch jump, so we're not really supposed to be able to cross some of these gaps. And thankfully, the game doesn't actually break that bad. You can kind of just complete every level as long as you get to the ending part. And here's where we need our height. So I'm going to have to jump at very specific timings to try and get up a wall. Okay, did not get it. That was close. That was also close. That should get it. Yep, there we go. And then we climb up the second one. And now we're on top of this invisible wall, and we can kind of just skip over everything. So those jumps are actually really, really precise. It's probably the hardest tech in this game.
There are so many invisible collisions that you're trying to avoid or get on, and it's crazy.
Yeah, and we'll just go out of bounds to this next area. I'll see if I get a glitch here. Yep. Okay, so this teapot is not moving, and I can just attack it. It's supposed to go into like a defensive mode where you can't attack it, but it makes it a lot faster when we get that. And it also bugs out this next part. Because now we have to defeat 2 teapots. Whatever are we gonna do? Oh wait, where's the teapots? Oh, they're there. They're just invisible, and we can still hit them. Wait for my pepper grinder to come back. Just try a second.
Invisible teapots.
Yeah, it's always a fun
Is
one.
their AI also disabled? Or,
Yeah.
like, are they trying to attack you? Or
No, they're disabled.
They're just brain dead?
Yeah, they just sit there. I'm going to do another little skip here. This one, it does save a chunk of time, but yeah, probably like 30 seconds. Or I can just jump up this. Yep. Right to the lever. Obviously, we're not
A
supposed to
lot of these
do that.
jumps are a lot harder than they look, because the timing is pretty precise on when you do your main jumps and your twirl jumps and your glitch jumps. They're all pretty precise with the timing.
Yeah, we'll even get to tricks where like that one's not as precise as some of the other ones. Okay, now we get our third piece of tech, or not tech, equipment, which is the clockwork bomb. Oh, I actually got that. So I can get a bit of collision to reset your jumps there, and skip a little section. That was cool. And now we go into the doors, and the doors are supposed to be some lore area about our past, where we like learn something new.
Something, there's a fire,
Yeah.
new clues about what happened, story stuff.
And here I'm going to glitch jump across the gap. Not fighting enemies, and we reached Hatter. If anybody's played the first game, the Hatter was an enemy. And now he's like, oh, I'm not an enemy anymore. Oops, I blew up the bomb.
He's our friend? Question mark?
He exists now. He's missing his limbs. They never explain. I watched all the cutscenes today, and they never explain why he's missing his limbs. But he is.
He just is.
So we have to help him. And we're gonna do another glitch jump here. That's a big enemy. I don't want to fight him. So there's 2 pathways here. One is to get his arms, and one is to get his legs. It doesn't matter which order you go and do them. The other one, you just have to do really bad movement that's very slow. So we don't do that. There is a fast method where if you do perfect jumps, you can get on top of this platform. But I didn't want to risk it, so I just went underneath and hit the trigger. We popped up on top. Okay, and this is a really hard jump. Probably the, like, crux of the early game. Oh, I thought I got it first try. That's not it. Oh, it's like pixels off. Let's see how finicky it is. There it is. Nice. There we just kind of used all our height to get out of bounds. Just keep doing some glitch jumps to do some out of bounds movement. A lot of things aren't loaded. So here we need to hit a death plane, and that skips a whole vertical section. It actually skips more than that. There's like a big enemy room and then a vertical section. It saves so much time. It's actually insane. And a lot of the stuff that I'm doing was found by people before me, except for this one. I can just do a hover here, glitch jump, hit a trigger in the wall, and come to here. That saves like maybe 2 seconds. That was more just for swag. But we are going to jump on top of a doorway. Oops. You can see I got like white when I jumped underneath me. And that's how you know that you fell off the platform before getting your jump. So that was my second jump. And I would not have made the jumps correctly. There's little things that I have to be aware of. But this also just skips the entire puzzle. We're really not a fan of doing puzzles.
Does this game have very much coyote time, or not really much at all?
There's a bit, but it's never really needed. All the tricks that we do are not precise enough to use coyote timing.
Yeah, pretty minimal.
Okay, so we got the first piece.
Mobility will make a nice change.
And now we gotta go get the second one.
No resting on laurels,
And if you thought that that level was broken, this one's pretty much the same amount of broken. Also, did you guys know that you can use the umbrella to deflect enemy fire?
I did not know that. That is good information to know whenever we do combat.
Yeah.
Which we're totally going to do in the run, totally, right?
Eventually. Yeah, if anybody hasn't noticed it, I am sorry, but you have now noticed the text on the screen. And it will not go until I'm done with this level.
It's just stuck there until you either use the umbrella or complete the level, I'm guessing.
It's stuck there until you use the umbrella in the correct fight. Which we skip the fight,
Right.
so using it in any fight will not help. I just have to beat the level. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, normally jump gives me my jumps back, but decided to be rude. There we go. Okay, here I'm going to actually use the shrink for once, and it's going to make me small enough to fit through a tiny gap, and then I'm going to need to jump out of that to hit a trigger. It's this trick is my least favorite. And I missed it. Okay. So that can happen. My jumps didn't come out correctly, and I got forced down instead. That is the risk of this game, is that when we're out of bounds, if you mess up a trick and you don't hit the correct death plane, then you will fall to a secondary death plane, which is just falling very, very far, and it resets the level. So instead of doing that, I just restarted myself.
That was really just an excuse to restart the level so we can get the text box off screen.
Oh, I didn't even see, I didn't notice that it was off screen. It's built into my mind. Why is it? Okay. It's starting to be rude to me. We need the game to play nice, please. I'll just glitch jump it. Fine. Also, another thing with these mushrooms that I never said was, so out of vents, you get 3 jumps. Out of mushrooms, you only get 2.
Huh. One less jump for some reason.
Yep, okay, and that's what I was supposed to do. We got it that time, and we skip a bunch. And now, we're gonna do things the correct way. Psych, we're gonna skip again. This is what we call wall climbing. Or at least that's what I'm gonna call it. It's gonna let me. And it's just gonna kind of... This one's a weird one. I don't really know why this one works, but it's just gonna keep giving us our jumps back. A lot of times it has to do with 2 corners and you get stuck in the corner. There's no corner. Well, it's technically a corner, but... Oh, what? Yep, okay. Got rid of them at the top.
Yeah, a lot of these skips are so weird and kind of just area dependent. Like sometimes it's like this, sometimes it's like that, but these kind of jumps we usually jump between a corner of 2 walls, and that kind of allows us to infinitely get jumps up.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. So, since I did the first thing where we hit the death plane, I actually can't finish that fight that I was supposed to do. soft locks the game. So without being able to do that, the run would kind of be dead. But thank goodness we have a trick that I knew I would get. So this is called Nicolas Cage skip. Because we use cages. That's literally it. There's no Nicolas Cage in this game. It's just funny. Sometimes we have memes.
I just gotta say, I love the aesthetic of this area, this whole factory area. It's just so...
Right. So there I use some glitch.
It's even cooler when... It's even cooler when looking at it out of bounds.
So there's bugged collision on this. For some reason, the whole thing has collision. And it moves up and down, so we can get it to move us up. And this skips a really big fight and some puzzles. And we just kind of jump over here. And there's the hare. He's robotic.
Hey, look behind you! It's Alice!
True, yeah, he just kind of ignored us. Okay, we built the Hatter. Good job. We did it.
Yay!
Okay, and now we're gonna do another really big skip, but this one is a very precise setup and sometimes doesn't like to work, so let's... everybody pray real quick. Okay, that's one of the weirdest ways for it to not work. It just decided to eat all of our jumps and send us into the abyss. But there is some, like, again, some weird collision that if we hit it just right, it'll just keep getting us our jumps back. That looks good. If it'll let us jump up. Hello? It's trying, it wants. There we go.
There we go. Oh.
Alice?
Cooperate with us.
Come on, okay. It looks to be stabilized.
Just keep jumping.
Okay, there we go. It can sometimes just like kick you out. Okay.
Also gotta love the default Unreal Engine 3 textures that we see occasionally.
We'll see a couple of them. There's another one to the left there. And we'll just jump around here, clip back in bounds because that wall doesn't have collision. Skip this cutscene. And there we go. We are now done with the Hatter's Domain. And we get our reward is that we get to walk around London again. That's fun.
Yay! More story.
Oh yeah, so actually I took some notes on the story today, just so that I would get it right on what we learned. So during that...
Because as speedrunners, we don't...
Yeah, we skip
pay
all the
attention to the story
cutscenes.
that much.
So what we learned in that one, we were asking Hatter about the train and how to stop it. And he gave us no information. He just had us fix him, and then he crushed his friends and got all sad. And then it ends. So pretty much all we got is that we need to go find the mock turtle. Hatter was kind of useless in this game. All the work that we did.
Why'd we even help him?
Right. Yeah. But here we get my
thought he would
favorite
give us
movement.
information, but no.
Whee!
Oh, that's fun.
It's so funny. We're just laying on the ground, unconscious and
Lying
moving.
on the ground.
All right, here's another really massive skip because who would have seen that coming? There I shrink, and that gets me stuck inside two walls. That's one of the easiest ones to perform. It's very consistent. But now it's all invisible wall movement.
That's actually the first trick that I learned when learning this game.
Yeah, 'cause it's really easy. It's a good one to start with. Uh-oh.
It's a good one to learn kind of the mechanics of
Okay.
how the jumps work.
So if anybody caught that, I fell off the ledge and saved myself with a glitch jump. That was pretty gaming. And I got up on top there. That was fast. So here, this arena has full collision on, it's like a roof to it for no reason. We're just gonna keep jumping around. And I also dash close to these edges. And you'll see me line things up with the dash because when you're dashing, you're not allowed to fall off an edge. So as long as you're dashing, you'll just ride the edge a lot. Here I'll skip to the
Which
next
is very
section.
useful for getting to the edges of collision and
Perfect.
setting things up.
And we just skip the entire section. A bunch of fights there. We actually skip our first... this is the first weapon that we skip. It's the only weapon that we skip. It's the hobby horse. And there's some slide momentum for you. And here's another one. I actually just came up with that one the other day. So I'm glad that I got that. Sometimes it doesn't work. Alright, now we're to our favorite part of the
That
entire
pirate
game.
ship? This looks fun.
Yeah.
This section, how could they make this section boring possibly if it's a
Right?
pirate ship?
Oh, it's an auto-scroller. And for the first half, if you sit in the bottom left, you won't get hit. But it's a hot
And
fix.
it's like a
I'll
it's
play
a
the
shoot 'em
game.
up. It's like a shoot 'em up auto scroller
Yeah.
side view type thing.
It's really
Who thought
easy.
this was a good idea?
Every level, except for Hatter's Domain. Hatter's Domain is the exception for a lot of things. But every level has one of these mini games. They're all different. The other ones are a lot more interactive. But they just completely take you out of the game into some random section.
Yeah, it's like we're combating, we're platforming, we're doing stuff as Alice, and oh, you're a ship, you're a ball, we have a random mini game to play now.
Yeah, it's exciting. They also use these, so I'll explain for 100%. There's a couple of things you need to get. So there's a crap ton of collectibles, which are like bottles and memories that you'll see sometimes. I collected a few of them in the very beginning for fun because they were in the way. And the other main thing is called Radula Rooms, and they're another sort of mini game that you can complete. It's supposed to be an extra challenge. One of them is survive a certain amount of time while enemies wail on you. But if you just keep dashing around, they can't hit you. So those are free and wastes a minute and a half of time. Another one is answering a riddle. Because of course, why not? A third one is defeating enemies in a certain amount of, or defeating enemies as quick as possible. The time doesn't actually matter, you just have to not die, but you do have to defeat them all, which is a fun challenge. And then the last one is they take these mini games and they just up the difficulty. So we're not going to see these again, but theoretically we could. So this guy...
You have to do all of that for 100%?
Yes. We have to do 4 of them per level.
Including doing these mini games again.
Yeah, and we left an arm there because the arm and the crabs have different collision. Okay, so now we're into a pretty... I think this area is a pretty cool designed one. It's not my favorite, but the dress changes per level. And this one is supposed to be like glowing in the dark. All those little white dots on us glow like an anglerfish.
I really like the design of this dress.
It's really cool. Unfortunately, our camera is maxed out, so we don't get to see the nice glowing
We don't really
things.
get to see the cool dress effects.
Yeah, we lose.
Oh, another door of the fire. Let's go into there.
Yep. Oh, look at that. We skipped everything. Cool.
Another cutscene.
I think in that one we learned that we weren't the one that set the fire. And somebody else did. So it was...
Yeah, I wonder who.
Yeah, that's kind of like now the thing is, who set these fires? Okay, instead of fighting, guess what? We did a glitch jump. And now we get...
Yeah, the story in this game is really cool. I remember playing this casually. The gameplay and the story, it was just... I loved it so much. I kind of want to play this casually again sometime soon, because...
I would, but I've ruined it
It's
for
such a
me.
fun game. You've ruined it. You've learned too many skips and stuff.
Once you go fast, you can't go back. Again, skipping a fight. Glitch jump. I'm actually going to try a new thing here. Okay, so that jellyfish out there is moving away from me, so I'm gonna have to wait. So now it's actually just slower that I did this, but not really by that much. As long as I get this. That should get it. Nice. Okay, so that skipped a jellyfish. I believe you can make that cycle off the bat. It's pretty tight though. We're just trying to be fancy now. I'm feeling confident, which is very risky. Oh, look at that, a fight. Who can guess what I'm gonna do now?
Nope.
And this is one of the few ones that we actually don't have to make. The checkpoint for this is really big. Let me just kind of get close. Epic. So, we were told by a guide to come to this theater. Or we were told by Mock Turtle, so he was crying because we crashed his boat. What a baby. And now we go to the theater, and this guy's like, oh, I'm putting on a show. So, like, go gather these things for me. Because what's a good video game without some chores? And we upgraded the Vorpal Blade there. I'm not going to be doing too many upgrades because that requires a lot of teeth. But we have to do crabs. And I think you're supposed to be able to use the hobby horse on these guys, but we kind of skipped it and it doesn't give it to us if we skip it.
I mean, that weapon's not very useful anyways.
Nah,
It's
barely useful. We can use the clockwork bomb for everything. It's 2 crabs done. This guy is being rude. The weird thing is, for this one, we hit it 4 times. We hit it again immediately. And then for this one, we drop a bomb and we have to wait because it now has invincibility frames. For some reason. Okay. Oh, we get to use the pepper grinder. I don't know if I've done these before, but these are time gates. You hit them with the pepper grinder. They go for a certain amount of time. More often than not, they're just annoying. Sometimes they're permanent, though. This one's permanent. I don't know. And now we get to Octodad. I mean, just some random octopus guy that is not copyrighted.
I wish it was Octodad.
Right?
That'd be a cool cameo.
He's a little bit too happy for this game.
True, yeah. Game is pretty unhappy. It's... For a place called Wonderland, it's pretty miserable here.
Yeah. Or as one of my friends called it, Weirdo Land. This is Alice.
This is where
Weirdo
all the
Land.
weirdos live.
Okay, we're just gonna skip a puzzle. No big deal. There is a big skip for this section that I think saves 30 seconds, but it does some really weird wall climbs that I haven't learned and don't want to learn right now. So this octopus is the writer. He's writing music for the show. And he's stuck in this bottle. He's playing hide and seek with this, so we're just gonna not find him. Because we can make that with the glitch jump. You're supposed to release him.
You want to play hide and seek? Well, I'm just not gonna find you. How do you like that?
Yep. That the camera locks in place. You can also hit this time gate, or pepper grinder gate. I don't even know what it's called. You can hit that while it's invisible out of bounds, but the setup is extremely precise, and I didn't practice it. And we'll just hit him from over here. And look at that, even though we didn't find him once, he doesn't care.
Carpenter commissioned a song and dance number on morality. Art and good sense be damned.
Cool. Yeah.
Song and dance number on morality.
Yeah. Make sure you hydrate, chat. The long run. Okay. We have to listen to his little spiel. Alright, so now we get to one of the biggest skips. This skip saves something like 2.5 minutes, I think. And this was found earlier this year, I believe, by like a couple of us. We were all just playing around with it one day. So we're gonna climb this wall, and I'm doing it on keyboard. I'm doing this entire section on keyboard. Normally I'm on controller, but this one has to do some crazy camera movement. And also at the beginning there, I held in angle specifically to make that easier. Okay, that sucks. I didn't get my glitch jump. So now I just reset it. I'll try this one more time, and then I'll do the inbounds way. But it's a very tough trick. And again, it's one of those ones where you miss it, and there's no recovery from that spot. You just have to reset. I believe my PB even misses that once. Which just goes to show, like, it's difficult, and you can still PB without it because it saves so much time. Still not getting the glitch jump. Okay, that's fine. A little annoying, but I'm still gonna do the same intro. But instead of going for that jump, I'm going to work my way inbounds instead. What would have happened is I would have gotten a glitch jump, and then I would have moved the camera. It would have deloaded the collision, and then I would have loaded it back in while I'm in a wall, and I would have gotten stuck and been able to jump to the top. But, you know, it's a marathon. Everything can't go perfect. This is actually the one skip that I was scared about in the entire run. So, you know, we got the nerves out. There's nothing else to be afraid of. And this is kind of going to help us because we were skipping fights, and when you skip fights, you don't get teeth, but we need to upgrade later, so we do get the teeth now. It's deflected. Oh, there we go. We used the umbrella. That's the first time we've seen the umbrella. It deflects projectiles. That was like a frame row. I got the double. Alright, so ideally we would have skipped that fight. We would skip past this area. Which this is another platforming section. And we would have skipped another fight after this. But now we get to see these cool jellyfish. And these jellyfish, which are actually mushrooms. So we only get 2 jumps. Oh my gosh.
What kind of death plane was that?
Yeah, the collision on this jellyfish's tentacles are really bad. I have not done this route in a little bit, so I just misjudged it, but it's really easy to misjudge. I think understandably.
Yeah, a lot of the collision in this game is not as it seems, as we have seen from much of the out-of-bounds movement. It's pretty much just memorizing where things are a lot of the times.
Pretty much. If you're an insane person that likes not seeing what they're standing on, this game is perfect for you. Also, if you're an insane person, this game is perfect for you.
Because Alice is at Rutledge Asylum.
Yeah.
Or was, in the first game.
Okay, so this is the end of where my skip would take us. It would take us to right here. I mean, we got to see the inbound stuff, I guess. Oh no, we shrink. But you can't tell shrinking is really slow. You can't dash. You just walk at a reduced pace. Cool. Okay, so right now we're collecting these puzzle pieces to create a poster for this musical. That's not even a musical. It's a song and dance. So there's no story to this musical.
A whole poster just for one musical number?
Right. If you played the game, you know that it does not turn into a musical number. It turns into a soliloquy about death, basically. It's really creepy. But I mean, no, it's just a musical number. It's very happy and bubbly, and we all love it. Okay, I'm going for another really hard skip here. I'm only going to go for this twice. Okay, that's once. Then my jump was really bad. Okay, that's actually a lot closer than I thought I would get. But you need essentially perfect height, and it's very close to just frame perfect jumps. And of course, I was the one that created it, so joke's on me.
Yeah, if there's anything that in this game that looks weird, chances are there's like a 70 to 80% chance being found it.
I have found some of the worst tricks in this game. That's one of them. There's a trick in...
Some of the worst and some of the best.
Yeah. They do some really cool stuff. I don't go light. I'm not just like, oh, hey, what if we just like walked on a wall for 10 seconds? I'm like, oh, there's a collectible? What if we deload the area, jump underground so we're halfway, and then keep jumping so we're all in the ground and don't get clipped up, and then die to a death plane and get the collectible. That's one of my like crowning achievements in the game for 100%, and it's brutal.
Oh, thank goodness we were able to skip those puzzles. I hate those slide puzzles. They're so hard for me.
Slide puzzles are annoying. Thankfully, we can skip every puzzle.
Yeah, we can skip every single puzzle in the game.
Yes, we got our drowned sailor here. He is gonna attack our bomb because it kind of acts as like a scapegoat or whatever. I'm thinking Binding of Isaac terms here. I've been playing that game too much. I don't know what you would call it. Oh, he didn't attack it. I think he got stuck behind a tombstone. Alright, come on. There we go. So he's supposed to hit it, and that does damage to him. We still got him, but that was a little slow. Okay, here I'm gonna do some crazy out of bounds, where we do 3 jumps, and float, get a glitch jump, and turn our camera. Turning the camera is the most important part, because that loads in a different area. And we skip about 3 minutes of auto-scrollers. It's a massive skip.
Is it more of the ships?
No, it is platforming, but you're platforming behind or with something that has light. And here we get some nice slide momentum. We get on top of Invisible Wall. That one's a very cool trick. Anything with slide momentum is one of my favorite things.
I love the slide momentum. So you just go whee,
Yeah,
and like
so
you start
fast.
gliding on your final jump, but then you glitch jump and you get all your momentum back.
It goes crazy. We'll see more of it. And here we're just gonna go right into the theater and skip everything. Yippee! Oh. Now what do we get to do? We get to walk through London again. Yay!
More story, more London.
But yes, that was the Diluted Depths. That's the end of the quote-unquote underwater section. They actually wanted to have a swimming section, like in the first game, but it did not make it into the game, and I think that was a smart choice.
Yeah, the swimming section probably would have.
It would have been jank and bad.
Not been the great. It would have been pretty jank.
Okay. So here,
It wasn't that bad in the first
It
game,
was okay, but it was an
not my favorite
auto-scroller.
section.
So.
It was an auto-scroller, it is. It's least favorite section of that run.
Yep. All right, so since we're walking around London, we got nothing else to do. I'll give you just another story update. So when we were exploring those burning doors and stuff, we learned that the infernal train, which we're trying to stop, was actually put in Alice's mind by someone else. It was not her conjuring. So we're trying to figure out who did that and why. And the Mock Turtle was no help. The Carpenter, which was another character that we didn't see, was also no help. So now we got to go find the Caterpillar. Which everybody remembers the Caterpillar from the original movie and pretty much every iteration of Alice ever. He's pretty much the same.
Hey, we finally used the umbrella to deflect an attack.
Yeah, we did it again. This guy, we have to use the umbrella. We have to deflect his attack back at him. That opens him up, otherwise he will deflect all of our attacks. So getting him to do that one fireball attack is really annoying, but I think I found a consistent way. That or I'm going crazy. And it is 50-50 toss-up.
A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Yeah, we're gonna do a mini skip to not fight two enemies.
Failure as your epitaph.
That's how desperate we are.
More courageous.
Nice. And we get our favorite weapon of the game. Pretty much the only one that matters. And it's the teapot. A teapot cannon. This is the most powerful, but it has the least amount of shots with it. And it takes a long time to recharge. That's the only thing we will be upgrading from now on. But we'll use it as much as possible. And now we get a Colossal Ruin. We want him to do a specific attack off the bat. So we kind of line ourselves up like a medium distance away. Let's see if he does it. He did. I think they call this the Falling Star attack. Because there's all these falling stars. That was the weirdest shot I've ever seen. Okay, now he's gonna chase us. Oh, nope, he didn't. Okay. Never mind. So, he spawns all these little heads on him, and we have to defeat them all. Unfortunately, when he's doing this attack, he only spawns in 2 at a time. So that's why we want the specific attack where he spawns in all of them at once. We do the correct pattern of attacks. Couple cannon shots, couple 2 sets of night hits, and then another cannon shot, then we'll die every time. And the cannon breaks walls. They can be broken. Another thing that the clockwork bomb can do. So we'll be using the clockwork bomb even less now. We kind of just are getting rid of all of our utility and focusing on using 2 things.
I'm devastated. Look what's become.
Oh no, I missed the cycle. Oh well.
All things change in the fullness of time. Often
For some reason this has collision. I still don't understand that. Oh, I missed. Yeah, okay. We got the attack off the bat. This part's a lot of fighting. It's the intro level to the next level, so like the entire level is not going to be designed like this, thankfully. It'd be a little bit boring. This is like the super corrupted Wonderland. We need to inhale a bit of steam there. Okay.
I'm sorry, is Alice smoking?
No.
Okay, good. Just checking. Just making sure she's not.
Not in my demented game based off of Honestly, demented story.
Yeah.
Alice in Wonderland
the
was
Disney-
demented.
Like a lot of people know the Disney version of Alice in Wonderland. It's like, oh, it's a cutesy story. Like, the original story is super dark.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like this is closer to the original story than the original Disney adaptation.
It is, except that there's no Jabberwocky.
No Jabberwocky.
Okay, can this guy stop? He's actually attacking me at the worst times. Why is that not breaking him? Maybe I can use this now. Okay, that works. I guess that's abnormal. Normally, when you use the teapot cannon on him, it breaks his shield. So, don't know what happened there. Things can happen. As they say in the industry, we move. Okay, and I have not explained these guys. So these guys, I don't know what they're called, but they hide in like this goop and then show themselves, and that's when you can hit them. They're really annoying because you have to wait for them to attack or deflect them. If you hit them with the teapot cannon, they're one hit. But that guy was in a bad position, so I never hit him. One of them can get stuck, though, so I'm glad that didn't happen. Just pop those guys in the face. Okay. And you may have noticed that we kind of haven't had a big skip in a while. That's because we had to get the teapot cannon. There is one skip that NG Plus does because they don't have to collect any of the weapons because they have them unlocked. And it skips the whole getting the teapot, having to do that fight, and doing, I think, one other fight. Fortunately, we don't get to skip it. Oh well.
Yeah, we need to get almost all of the weapons in any percent.
Everything but the hobby horse.
Because it's not a very good weapon.
Yeah. And 100% you actually do get the hobby horse. Just because it's actually, you go right by it, so it's faster to grab it. But 100% does some really crazy stuff. The route is completely different. Like, that category has a ton of skips. This has a ton of skips. These are a little bit bigger, but those are like, oh, we can skip to route in a collectible and skip to route out a collectible, because you can skip a total of 3 of them for some reason, still get 100%.
Oh, what? Really? You can
Yeah.
skip 3 collectibles and still get 100%?
Yeah. I think it's a rounding error in the final, like in the main menu, but it says 100%, so I'm like, well,
So,
it counts.
Guess it counts. I mean, if you really want to collect everything, you can have
Max percent?
another character. Max percent.
Yeah. No, because then we'd
All
have to do the
collectibles.
lockers, and that place is annoying.
Oh, yeah, that.
Okay. I think I got a shot there. So I did a shot over that wall, and we'll see if I got it eventually. These samurai guys are really terrible. They will block all your shots and attacks. I did get a shot. I broke this wall from beyond the wall. So we just have to wait for them to open themselves up and then hit them with the teapot cannon, and they go kablooey. But now here's a skip. I was getting worried that we didn't have a skip. Okay, and they blocked me from coming back. Oops. But I had to come back. I had to try and come back on because I did not get my jump off of the ground. I got a second jump. So a lot of this area has some collision that you might think, how did this out of bounds not go discovered? And that's a very valid question. It's extremely easy to get out of bounds. And here's a skip that nobody's seen before. 90% chance I don't get it. No way. I
let's go.
got it, and then I failed the
so
jumps.
close.
Oh, that's a shame. I created this the other day, and it's terrible. I don't know how to do this consistently, but there's some... Why did it not give me... Okay, you know, I'm not doing it again. I've pressed my luck.
We got the gist of it.
Yeah,
though.
I don't know.
We almost got it twice.
Yeah, that's shocking. That was crazy.
Maybe it's more consistent than you think.
No, it's not. I got lucky. I know when I get lucky. Okay, now we get to go into kind of a cool area, but not a good area. And this is the quote-unquote mini-games for this level. And it's a 2D side-scroller. Side-scrolling platformer? I don't know.
Yeah, side-scroller.
Yeah, I was thinking auto-scroller for some reason. Side-scroller's great. Yeah.
In theory, this isn't like super boring, but like these sections are... There's not really much going on in them. Mostly just going to the right.
Yeah, like casually, I'm sure it's actually pretty cool.
Can you still glitch up in these sections?
Yes, you can glitch jump, but ooh, I'm surprised I made that cycle. You can glitch jump, but you can't dash. For some reason, they took away dashing, but they have floating, so they have glitch jumping. I'll do one right now. Whee.
Is it useful for anything?
Yes, it will be useful in the third one of these.
Okay, so not totally boring.
Yeah.
There's some stuff that you can... Interesting stuff to do.
Yeah, and that's right. There is 3 of these that we have to play through. Nice. We skipped a little riding a platform up. Honestly, I love the idea for this. I think the art style is really cool. They definitely
the art
tried
style's
something.
Fantastic.
But it just...
It's just... The level design for it is a little bit lacking.
Yeah, it's not super challenging. And you're used to, like, fighting enemies and platforming, like, big sections, and then you get this, and it's like, oh.
It's pretty basic compared to the rest of the game.
Yeah, it's just kind of slow.
Like, just kind of... changes the pace. It kind of makes the pacing grind to a halt a little bit.
Yeah.
With this and also the ship mini game in the
ship is
second
really bad.
section.
At least there's some
the ship
skips
is
here.
awful. like at least this you're like actively playing versus that it's just a shmup at that point.
Yeah. And
a boring one at that.
That was a tree cycle that is impossible to hit anything other than that cycle. So we always have to wait for it. But there's something. I don't know. I feel like they could do a lot with this. Maybe if they had like better movement. Just walking is so boring.
Yeah. Give us back the dashing.
Yeah. And now we're gonna get to another skip. This skip has been around for a while, but we did a simultaneously easier and harder version of it before. We did a harder, like, getting to the out of bounds. Obviously, we're gonna go out of bounds. But the second half was easier in the movement. So here I'm going to do some more weird wall movement with shrinking and holding an angle and just climb up a wall. And these are weird because these are flat walls that I'm climbing up. Normally we need to climb up a corner because our hitbox gets stuck in the corner. But that's just a flat wall. It's just bugged.
Sometimes you could just climb up flat walls.
Yep.
I don't really understand it.
This is getting stuck in a corner. Okay, and here I need to be careful because the collision coming up here disappears on us. That's fun. Because one jump out, and then get on top and we wait. You can see it drops us down because it disappears. Yeah, the entire collision just goes away.
It doesn't want to exist, but we're fighting it. We're keeping it alive in little chunks.
That's unfortunate. I have to do the first part again because it pushed me outside of the wall. I'm standing on invisible wall. It clipped me under, but I was standing on the edge, and it decided to push me outside of the wall. And that is one of the few unrecoverable skips. And pretty much if I fall anywhere on this out-of-bounds section, we just have to eat it. I'm also doing specific movement here because it's supposed to spawn in some wasp archers. But I don't want to deal with them. Oops. Oops. No. There we go. Kind of precise to get the angle correctly with our camera, otherwise it won't let us jump up. So sometimes it just takes a couple tries. Thankfully, this beginning part is easy and consistent. Especially this jump. That's very consistent. Okay, let's not do the same thing again. Let's fix our mistake. Yeah, that was scary. Good. Get a little bit safe. Okay, now I'm gonna do some float jumps. And aim for this gap, and then a little bit to the left. Do one glitch jump, turn the camera, and we got it. Yay! Okay.
Very nice.
That was the second skip that I was mildly afraid of. Mostly because I was afraid of failing it, and I did. But I got it the second time, so I think I redeemed myself. I am good at the game. We got some more wasps. Those kind of like to group together, which is really nice of them.
Is terrible.
Oh.
Get to the tree, Alice.
Oh no, I skipped a puzzle.
Our brothers.
My bad. Alright. Here we have a fight with a big wasp guy. And there's also some little black like ink wasps that will get in our way. And if they... Oh, how did that not go up there? If they grab us, then we get stunned. If that guy hits us, then we get stunned in midair. And it can lead to this. Okay. Please get out. Okay, there's a little hole that I have to get into, and they're kind of sitting right in front of it. They're sitting on it. Hello.
They really don't want you to go out of bounds.
It's not...
Like, please fight us.
Oh gosh. It's... because it's getting bad. They're like constantly attacking at the worst times that I get constantly stuck with them. Stop! I might have to restart this section so we get a fresh slate. Yeah, and see, they grabbed me and I couldn't get back up onto the ledge there. Okay, now we got the hysteria noise. Oh, and I accidentally triggered it. What am I stuck on? Oh, wait. But I actually can't shrink in this mode, apparently. So I'm going to keep dashing so these guys don't attack me. And I made it through! Let's go!
Yay! You barely made it.
It worked.
Half a health left.
That was really funny.
Somehow made it through.
Okay, that sucks because now I have to be careful about this part. Normally we can take a little bit of damage by these black spots on the ground. But I can't take any damage right now. Also, the hysteria gives you increased damage, but you don't earn teeth from enemies.
Whee! Make it all the way to that platform.
Yeah.
Good old slide momentum.
It's a good time. Okay, I'm gonna go for a trick here that, again, I found this one and it's not consistent. But it would save time if I got it first try. Odds are I don't get it at all. I'm gonna give it 2 tries. Yeah, okay, so yeah, we just kind of hit the wall. Not good. we'll be looking for something very specific to happen. Let's see if it happens here. Nope, okay. So ideally we would get our jumps reset because there's some bugged collision, but it decided not to do that. It's not consistent, and we need good height for it, so it's just a classic Bamford bad trick. So this is what it would skip. It would skip jumping up those and killing the enemies. It's really not that big of a time save. If you get a first try, it's maybe like 15 seconds. There's bigger time saves. Obviously, like that out of bounds that I did, even though I died to it once, that would have saved time to doing the level casually. Nice, okay. I'm really glad I got that first try. That's a very tough trick. And I got the second one first try. Okay. Cool. You know. Ow. These guys like to shoot at us. As long as they don't hit us in midair. Because if they hit us in midair, we get stunned and will take us all the way to the ground. Also, these guys are pretty funny where it gives you 2 of them, but if you just defeat one, then they let you go. I don't know why. And now we've reached the trunk. I don't really remember why we're supposed to go into the trunk. Oh, we did the attack. This section is very vertical, so we don't really have any skips for it. Disappointment to all mankind. If somebody wants to find a skip for us, that would be great.
If only there was a corner that we could jump up the whole way.
Right. Yeah, there's some weird collision, weird ceilings, and you see, like, this is off to the side. And there's no really way to get out of bounds because of ceilings. There is one skip. Well, I might as well give it a single shot. I'm going to jump up this. Oh, look at that. It didn't do it. Okay. So you can get a jumps reset up there also to skip you to the top of what we're about to get to. Does not save much time. And one of the most inconsistent things I've ever seen in this game. Just like refuses to give jumps ever. So it would just skip you up to that keyhole, and then you can jump to that beam vent. Oh, I missed. This guy's good because once we kill him, it'll insta-destroy whatever was next to him. So one shot does it all.
We're a little bit past that hour mark, so whenever that's a good time for a break.
Yeah, we'll get past this section, and it'll take us into a scroll, and we can stop at the scroll.
Perfect.
Should be like another minute or 2. So this, I'm hesitant to go for this, but I came up with a crazy out of bounds. I'm gonna go for it. I think I can just reset if I need to. I should be able to. So here, we're supposed to like platform around these fireheads, or lion statues. Or we can just jump on top of them. And I'm gonna try and skip the entire rest of this puzzle, multi-room puzzle section. Because there is a moving statue there. And his collision is pretty big. Went very early there. But did we get on top? Yes. Okay. I'm gonna... Oh, wait, did he? He did the thing already. That's that's what you don't want. For some reason, he decided to get me stuck in the wall, and that's not really recoverable. Thankfully, you can just die, and it'll take you back out. Try it again. I need to wait like half a second. There we go. Okay. Start back up. I did it again. Okay, this was not meant to be. We'll just do it normally, I guess. Sad. It's fine. There's some really weird platforming that I have to do. And some precise wall climbs. One of them has no lineup. You just have to go for it. It's very tricky. Oh. Okay, not the one I wanted. Okay, so me fighting an enemy led to my demise. It just shoved me off the edge. Okay. This is cycle-based. I may have missed a cycle. I did not. I don't know how. Did not want to give me forward movement. I don't go in there. Oops. Okay. We need to jump on top of these lion statues. There we go. So you're not supposed to be on top of these. That wasn't obvious. What kind of cycle do you have here? You know, I'm gonna wait on you. This thing just does one-shot you and takes you back a little bit. And there we go. Now we're on to the next scroll. I believe we were going to pause there for a second.
Yeah, perfect. So during these longer runs, everybody would like to take breaks every hour, so just so everybody can get up, stretch, get some water, anything y'all need to do. Just before we go to the break, just a quick reminder. Your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bitch cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel do help support the Games on a Quick Hotfix. So if you enjoy watching any of our weekly content, Bargain Bin, Think Fast Beforehand, any of our weekend specials, anything like that, it really does help support the channel and help us put on these kinds of shows. With that said, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be back with the rest of the run. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Games Done Quick Hotfix. This is Bargain Bin. We are showcasing Alice Madness Returns. We're in the middle of the run. I'll hand it right back over to you whenever you're ready, if you just want to give a quick 3, 2, 1 countdown.
All right, let's go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right, so we're back into these side-scrolling sections. So we get a nice, chill return to the game from that break, which is kind of nice.
Yep. Fun little side-scrolling, kind of break up the pacing of the game a little bit. And
yeah.
Nice calm section.
So here...
After some fun skips.
Yeah. Don't worry, there's more to come. You did not miss all the skips.
Yeah, we didn't. We have way more to come. Like, the whole game is skips, basically. Not the whole thing, but...
There we go. There's a skip with the glitch jump. So here, things get a little bit more complicated. There's some more proper jumping. Those fireballs will one-shot you, of course. This fire will also one-shot you, and it takes forever to go away. But we did get a little bit of lore at the very beginning while we were going on break in this section. So pretty much what happened... Oh, gosh, that was terrible. Was the... the grasshopper people, that's what it is. They got invaded by the wasps, and the wasps were just kind of like rampaging and just shooting everybody with bows and arrows. They were learning about their turmoil for some reason. It has nothing to do with what's going on in Alice's head. They just, I guess, needed some filler. And we're also gonna do my favorite new thing, is you can just clip through that. I always thought you had to shrink to get under that, but lo and behold, you can just walk right. And I did not know about that
through it,
until
no collision.
I literally did not know about it until yesterday. You cannot walk left through it, you can only walk right through it. I'm pretty sure people were just getting stuck on playtesting and not thinking to shrink.
You're like, ah, fine. We'll take away that. We'll make it so you can walk through.
That's my best guess. Okay. There's some cycles here. Oh, I hit the best.
Are these
cycle.
arrows also one shot?
Yes, everything is one shot in this level. There's no health bar, so it teleports you a little bit back. You can't really fully die. They just go one shot. Okay, so now we have to fight 2 of these big guys. Oh, my strategy did not work. Okay. Please work this time. So, I feel like a lot of times if you're not facing them, you just look away and walk away slowly, then they do the fireball attack. So this is a big battle section. This is like one of the biggest that we have to do. We'll do another one a little bit later. Actually, not too far from now. But... Okay. Facing away from him does fireball. It's more consistent than the other things I tried. So. Oh, I ate that attack.
I remember when playing this game casually, a lot of the combat was kind of a little bit jank, like with the locking on and stuff.
Yeah, the locking on's pretty bad. Okay, this is the craziest out of bounds. I don't know how they didn't find this, but you literally just... You can do it in 3 jumps. How?
It's just right there. Like,
how did nobody find
like,
that? And then you 3 jump out here.
You can
and
even see it.
You skip a puzzle. That skips an entire puzzle. And that puzzle is kind of
like
long.
the easiest skip I've ever seen in
It's
this
so
game.
free. I don't know why that's in the game, but I'm not gonna complain.
You even have like visual, like it's not even like invisible.
Right? There's like a rock jutting out, and you're like, oh, I'll just jump on the rock.
It's not enough that they abuse and murder us. They let
Okay, I struggled with that heavily in practice yesterday. For no reason, that section's easy. It took me like 2 minutes. Okay, and here I'm gonna get through this door as quickly as possible. And that's gonna set up a funny thing later. And I have to destroy these gravestones. You haven't seen me do that yet. But those inky wasps that were absolutely giving me a hard time earlier, they spawn from those. So destroying those spawns no inky wasps. Okay, so doing this attack. So we just kind of have to wait for him to clear himself out. Okay, now we got him. There we go. I'm just gonna let him eat me here. Otherwise,
There's a lot of eating of Alice in these games.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so he did another one of these attacks, so I can only clear 2 heads from that. And there's the third. Okay. And again, 1. Use up the entire pepper grinder. Go 1, 2. 2 sets of knives. And teapot isn't necessary, but consistent.
Very nice.
Yes, I got it. Okay, so I got a chain animation cancel there. By doing it early, it stacked into another cutscene. And now, oh no, the door's closed. What are we gonna do? Oh, there's no collision. Getting through the door early before made it so that door looks locked. It's just a little funny visual glitch that I like to...
It's an illusion.
Exactly.
They want us to think we have no way out.
You're in a room with no windows and no doors. What do? Just go through the door. Easy.
Just go through the wall.
Okay, we are going to... Oh. Have to save it with a glitch jump. It's not what I intended to do, but it works. Okay, we do have another fight, and there was a big wasp that we were supposed to fight before. And we decided not to do it. So... we're gonna do it now. forgot. I'm not supposed to. I'm supposed to do this with pepper grinder, otherwise he will not die. That was my mistake. It's fine. Whatever. He has a lot of armor. That was still fine. I just wanted the one cycle. And here I'm specifically using the pepper grinder so we can save our teapot for these guys. So we'll be reloading. Okay. Thanks for not shooting. Stop. Just shoot, Alice. And still, neither of them are a little sloppy. Not that big of a deal.
Sometimes combat in this game is just
sometimes it's just
not the best.
Like, that doesn't work. There was worse combat too. Okay.
Yeah.
That was kind of a small section before our last.
Yeah. Comparing it to like the combat in the first game, I feel like the first game has more fun combat in different ways.
Yeah,
it definitely has a bigger variety of weapons and also bigger variety of boss fights, considering this game has only one boss at the end.
It's literally one boss fight.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a second one, but there was a cutscene that we skipped where it looked like it was about to be a boss fight in the Hatter's domain, and then it was just a fake out.
Yeah, there's like this big build up, and the hare and mouse get into this mech, and it looks really cool. And then it gets squished by a teapot and just dies. I'm sad.
And apparently it was supposed to be a boss fight, and they had they had it playable, but they didn't have enough time to finish it, so they're like, all right, guess we'll just fake you out then.
Yeah. So we were missing one thing in these sections, and it was auto-scrolling. Yeah, we just get to sit and ride these clouds. If you liked slow gameplay, this is even better. Thankfully, we get to skip
between
that.
this game and I love this game and also the first game in the series as well. These are some of my favorite games.
Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite series. And they both have their perks. I would say this one...
the first game has a lot of really fun, fluid, strafe jumping type movement, and this game has a lot of out of bounds and glitchy jumps, and also the visuals in this game are just beautiful.
Oh yeah, the visuals, the story is good.
Story is great in this game.
And it has really good platforming.
Yeah.
The other one has better just tech movement and combat.
Definitely worth playing both if you're able to.
Yes. And if you buy the one off of Steam, I believe that it comes with... If you just insert something into Command Console, then you get the first game as well.
It's a little bit weird to set up, but I was able to get the access to the first game through the second game on Steam.
Yep. Okay, so...
And this game wasn't on Steam for a little bit. There's a 5-year period or something, but they brought it back a couple of years ago, so thankfully it's on Steam again.
Little secret here that not many people know about, but if you shrink here, you see a Spicy Horse.
Spicy Horse!
The
developers of the game.
So, that's fun. And there's the caterpillar. Let's see if I can get this. Yay! Just skip to the end.
Very nice.
That saves a second, maybe. Alright, now we're in a prison, because we were walking out on the street and, having hallucinations and stuff. As one does, so they're just oh yeah, you're fine. But, of course, we are now in yet another walking section, which means we are done with, the Oriental Grove. I forgot to mention, that level had my favorite dress of them all. It's a nice flowery pattern. I really like it.
This doesn't look like London. Are you sure this is reality?
No, this is fine. London has some weird jails.
Okay. Yeah, just making sure, because this looks a little bit like hallucinations.
No, it takes place in 1847, so, they used meat back then as wall texture.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I forgot to mention the lore for that section. It was a very short walking section, though. The lore is that to save ourselves, or to save ourselves, we have to save Wonderland first or something like that. Caterpillar wasn't any help because no character is. So now we have to go find the Queen of Hearts.
What character is helping in this universe?
Nobody. Alice.
I also want to say I love the visuals of this area of the game.
This
Just the
one's very
card
cool.
aesthetic.
Oops.
It's so, like, just platforming on cards. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool. And they're all card bridges and houses, and it's really cool looking. I wish that there was more of it. But it's just, like, for some reason, a transition area.
Yeah, this is only,
I'm just
like,
gonna
just
skip
in
all of it.
between the area between, like,
Oops.
the walking section and the next section. And should have had more.
Oops, I skipped it
It's a
all.
house made of cards.
Okay. So now we get to go into the thing that was named after a city. This is Queensland. Queensland, Australia. I think they actually kind of played it up. It looks a little bit better than Queensland, would I imagine. Okay, no, I'm being mean to Australians. You guys are great. I'm sure Queensland is beautiful. I'm gonna use my slide.
Try not to offend too many people in chat.
Oh, I missed.
Oh, so close. That would have been a very...
It's a very big... It's not even that big
very
a skip, but
swaggy slide jump.
Yeah, I'm gonna try
It looks really cool. Just being able to preserve your momentum this much with the slides.
It's insane. I think I just need a tiny bit more height. Let's try. But there is also a cutscene. Oh, I hit the cutscene trigger. All right, so we're not trying it again. Unfortunate.
Cutscene killed our momentum.
Yeah. But now we get to see these cool, like, bridge breaking sequences. And I'm actually going to do an upgrade here because I have teeth because I didn't get to skip some of the fights. And we're going to skip the teapot. You may have noticed that there was a hole. That's for the hobby horse. And it's really annoying because you cannot menu past the hole. It doesn't register that there's another one to go to because that doesn't exist. So you have to use your mouse and click on the one you want to upgrade.
You have to use your mouse.
You have to use the
upgrade.
mouse. It's so bad.
I'd imagine if you're playing on console for some reason, you just wouldn't be able to upgrade at all.
Yep, now that I think about it, you can't probably. Okay. Here I'm setting up for... Oops. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little bit off on my setup. Okay, please, Alice. There we go. So there, it's a precise setup that allows us to just jump up the wall. And you notice my camera's tilted completely down. That's because things would deload if it was any other position, and collision wouldn't exist. And we kind of need collision to jump on. So here I'm going to keep spawning in a bit of collision on this wall. And keep jumping up to get to this wall. And now I'm going to need... Okay, I didn't think it was going to come back. I need to get some jumps here. It's not giving it to me. I need to land for a second. Know when we see it. That was almost it. There it is. I didn't do the jumps correctly. We'll get there. Don't worry. That should be it. Yes! Okay. That's another, like, max height jump. Very precise timing. But now we get some cool movement. We get to do some out of bounds. This skips a ton with... There's, like, a big labyrinth guy that chases you. But he's kind of spooky. So we're just gonna spawn in some collision, jump on it. I'm gonna go for the trickier version here. That, you know, just involves some more invisible collisions that are a lot smaller than you would think. Got the first one. This should get the second. Nice. Jump. This is a very small collision. It's about 1 Alice wide. So that's a pretty precise lineup. Thankfully, this whole wall here has collision, and I missed it. How? That's the spot that I failed on? Okay, I think this is going to take me to one of 2 places. Okay, it just spawned me inbounds. So I wanted to skip this with my cool movement, but it's unfortunate that I didn't. But it really doesn't waste that much time. This is just a good backup. Thankfully, this skip has a ton of backups, and I found a new one today that actually would save time in 100%. So me just practicing
Of course,
any percent
even
I
the
find
backups
100%.
have some sort of use.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Bam. Like, every time he practices or, like, prepares for a marathon, he always ends up finding some sort of new skip for some sort of category.
Yeah, I'm very big in the strat hunting. And so I'm like, oh, I'm just going to practice the run. And then I spend an hour trying one jump. I'm like, oh, I didn't practice. Oops. But I saved 2 seconds. Especially in this game, a lot of strat hunting is looking at walls and shrinking into them and trying to climb them for 20 minutes and then being like, oh, I can't do that here. Maybe if I move 2 feet to the right. Alright, now we have to fight. And these are the card guards.
They are terrifying in this game.
They are pretty cool looking though.
They are like the design of the card enemies in this game compared to the first game, like, they look...
Oh, yeah.
Their design got massive upgrade in this game. They look so menacing.
It's really cool. There's actually, like, design documents out there for card guards that are corrupted, and so, like, parts of their body, like, parts of their limbs can become corrupted, so you'll have, like, one
so
where
cool.
just the right leg is corrupted, and, like, has all those inky tentacles on it. It looks so good, but they didn't get to do that.
If there was, like... I would love to, like, get, like, a print of some of the design documents or some of the art for the Alice games, if they exist.
So you actually can.
Any, like, art books or anything.
There's not an art book, but there is prints. They're expensive. But they are on American McGee's online shop. And they're like $100-something for each one, but they're also signed by him. Okay, I missed that jump. Thankfully, it's just going to respawn me at the base of this pillar. This skip probably saves, I want to say 10 minutes.
Definitely worth it.
Yeah, I got it there. You're willing to give this one, I mean, at a top level, like, you don't want to spend any more time than you have to, but if you tried that 10 times, you would still save time over casually.
Like, you'd still, like, you'd have to fail it so many times before you'd start losing time over casual.
Yeah, there's a whole side section with fights and dodging that we just skip entirely. It's crazy. And it's not terribly difficult. It's not easy, but it's not terribly difficult. Okay, so you're got another fight, and there is...
Definitely not the hardest skip of the run.
No. I still don't think we've even done the hardest skip yet. It's all personal preference, but there's a brutal one coming up.
They're all hard in their own way.
Yeah. I think that there was the one by the fish, it's called Fish Skip Skip, that I ended up just doing the backup and going in bounds for way earlier. I would say that's the second hardest one right now. But I've also had the least practice with it because it's still pretty new. And also keyboard glitch jumps are annoying. Okay, I'm gonna try and skip all this labyrinth by doing more weird wall climbs up straight walls. It's not. My angle's probably off. There it is. Oh, I got the glitch jump there. Why couldn't you have done that before, game? Yep, okay. Well, we just skipped the entire labyrinth. Which was a fight and getting chased by the big guy. And the cutscene that
We're big now.
Yeah, we big. There's an undefeatable boss monster, and we just grow and squish him. We literally just stomp on him and he dies. It's very satisfying. It's just...
This is one of the coolest parts of my casual playthrough, just destroying everything. All these enemies that gave me so much trouble. Just step on them.
Nothing. Yeah, that's actually really nice. I got it getting hit by a cannonball there right after I stomped. It destroys the red splotch, but also gives me movement back earlier. So, yeah. Oh, it didn't attack? Oh, we got blessed by RNG there. Cannon likes to point blank us. I'm sure this next one's going to do it, but it's fine. Yeah, this is the mini game for the Queensland area. So that means that there is an alternate version that you have to do for 100%, and it's less fun than this. And this is already kind of pushing it. It's fun for a bit, but it kind of drags on. There's only so much stomping around you can do.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of this game, it's like, a lot of the levels, they're like really cool and like you love the design, but they start to drag on a little bit later on. It's like they're a little bit longer than they need to be. A lot of the sections and levels and mini games in this game, they're just a little bit padded out.
Especially the mini games, just because they take away all your fun movement.
Yeah.
Well, the fun movement of dashing.
And some of the platforming also, like, okay, we can move on to the next area now. Like,
yeah.
That's probably like the one flaw I'd say, is that some of the areas of the game are a little bit padded out.
Right. Okay, almost done with the Queensland here. And we're gonna do another skip that I found, and this one is actually a good skip. I found one good skip, guys. We did it. This one uses some slide momentum, and you go through a little gap.
So where does that leave you?
Okay, I did not get it, which means we just hit a quick restart. Restarting there only loses 15 seconds. The skip saves about 30, so you can restart once, and you won't be losing any time. I just mistimed my jump off the slide. It's kind of precise. There we go. Oh no, I hit the invisible wall. Okay, we do it again. So I need to go slightly to the left of the invisible wall, and then immediately back to the right to hit a gap in the walls, in the black walls that obscure your vision. And then we're home free. There we go. Now we'll land on this bit of collision. We go 1, 2, hold. Glitch, jump, dash. Turn our camera to spawn in the next area. And now I have to jump because it spawns us to the floor. But that's a very fun skip.
Would you clip through the floor if you didn't? Just fall down.
And there I jump and do a glitch jump because it sets us to a walking speed. And that's the end of Queensland. What is this? We're Alice, and we're in an asylum. Alice Asylum confirmed. Oh, wait.
Oh my god, is it the Alice Asylum?
Wait.
Oh.
Oh. If you know, you know.
I thought it could be true. Only... I had hope there for a second.
I'm sorry, chat. That was mean of me. But yeah, now we're running through this asylum. It's very creepy, but this also has one of the funniest things. So you remember at the very beginning, like one of the first things I did was I went into first person mode, which I haven't done again, just so you would forget about it. First person mode, but we're offset from Alice. So what's it gonna do? Whoa, she disappears and she's back. We can just do a magic trick.
I know.
It's so funny. Now you see me? No, you don't. And also her collision is offset from the camera, so it's really weird if you're actually walking through doors. It's weird. Yeah, it looks terrible.
Looks like you're clipping through everything.
Yep. Okay. Back to lore time. So we found out in that last level that the queen is actually Alice when she was younger. And she kind of just poses the question, who benefits from Alice forgetting everything? Still trying to figure out who planted that infernal train in her. And also there, I just held down left to skip, walking around in a circle. Okay, now we're to my least favorite level. The design of this is really creepy. We get some of the worst enemies in the game, and the dress is just kind of meh. Okay, here I'm going to jump on top of an invisible wall. That should not have worked, but it worked. Let's go. That really doesn't skip that much, but it's a skip. This skips even less. But hey, it's a skip. We love saving our precious seconds.
Skip is a skip, and we will take it.
I'm a speed runner. These are these really creepy eyeball levers. Yeah, they really... Someone was like, hey, design this level creepy. And I'm like, okay, eyeballs.
Eyeballs, creepy porcelain dolls. Just make this whole place creepy.
Gingerbread men? Yeah, I don't get that part. I don't know. I don't know how that's creepy. There's also cakes. Yeah, unfortunately, we have seen this. This area does have kind of a cool design if you're into creepy. Yeah.
I kind of like it a little bit just because the creep factor is kind of cool.
Yeah, I guess, but I feel like there's other places that it could have gone.
Yeah.
The other levels were creepy, but not in the traditional creepy.
Oh, it's...
yeah, and then we get
no eyes.
This guy. This is Doll Girl. We'll fight a couple of these. And you never get over the creepiness. And the worst part about this fight is that there's screws on the back of the doll that you have to hit, otherwise it will deflect your attacks. So you are forced to dodge and then attack before you can actually destroy them. It's just frustrating, and there's a worse one coming up. I think we have to fight 3 of them.
The music in this area is also just so eerie, and it's just
it's weird.
Really like it.
Again, maybe if the dress was better, I could get behind it, but the dress just doesn't look that good.
The dress is fine.
It doesn't stand out. It's no Underwater or Oriental Grove.
The underwater dress is my favorite.
Or just the classic blue and white dress. That it's good. You can't go wrong with it. Yeah, these babies on swing sets will one-shot me. It just teleports me back. Ow. That does no damage, but still ow. Oh boy, they're shooting everywhere. Okay. Yeah, they have spikes on them. Why is there headless dolls on swing sets with spikes? Who thinks of that? And also, yes, I have to lock onto the screws individually in order to destroy them. Every once in a while, you can hit another enemy that's close to them and does splash damage, if you're lucky, but most of the time you have to specifically lock onto those screws. Alright, decent fight. We do get a lot of teeth for those. And we will need 600 for the last upgrade. But we'll wait until the final boss to upgrade that. And we're just gonna jump on.
Final boss? Don't you mean the only boss?
Yeah, true. I guess there's like mini bosses throughout the game, but then they just turn into regular enemies 2 seconds later. Okay, bonked my head. Ow, what? Stop. Alice gets a concussion. Alright, I'm gonna do a skip here. By just ramming my head on some stairs. That definitely gets it. And now we teleport on top. It is possible to just make this platform right here. But it will not spawn in the doll girl. And we kind of need to finish the doll girl off to continue on, so... Please don't hit me while he's doing this. And they hit me. If any enemy hits you while you are... while the big guy's doing his fireball attack, which... Remember, I need them to do that attack so I can deflect it. Any enemy hits you, then it counts as you taking damage from it, and... okay, I don't know why she's ragdolling. This is becoming really annoying. Oh, apparently... I did get the deflection off. Weird. Okay. Fall, he fell. So, it fell out of bounds, and that counts as a death. Dies down there. It just never comes back. It's a fun way to get rid of them. Okay. I don't know. I think it's been a while since we've had a major skip.
Yeah, I think it's about time. I'm ready to see another skip.
Yeah, I think I'll do it right here. That sounds about right. Again, this is gonna skip a puzzle. Plus, that's not good. I still don't understand like the camera angle for this one. A lot of times it kicks me off the wall really early.
Does this skip have a name?
No.
Oh.
A lot of the skips, I don't think we gave a name. Oh, there we go. This one just kind of skips this section. Okay, did make it up there. You can go out of bounds, like actually out of bounds, and to your death there. I just had to make sure that I got my movement at the top very correct. Okay, here is probably the scariest part of this. I have to land right here. This wall is super skinny.
Very nice.
Probably only 2 Alices wide, I would say. She's now a measurement.
I love how like we got inches, meters,
Alices.
feet, centimeters, Alices.
Yeah, but it's just like it's how wide the character hitbox is.
I'm gonna start referring to measurements as Alices from now on.
Yep.
My cat is half an Alice wide.
That's a big cat. Holy cat. Oh wait, wide. Okay, never mind. Like half an Alice tall would be crazy.
No, not tall.
Oh, okay, missed the trigger there. Weird. So this is our minigame section for the dollhouse. It's bad.
We get to play as a creepy head from. Is this the head from Toy Story? The one with the claws?
Oh, no. It looks like it. This section is notorious for being really bad. The physics are jank and kind of random. And there is an out of bounds later, but the out of bounds is fun.
At least the out of bounds is fun. It's not all bad.
Yeah, but that's not until the second section.
Out of bounds with the rolling head.
Yes. That we have out of bounds in every level from here on out. Except for one, and it's just kind of an intermediary level. Okay, thankfully we are almost done with it. But it will make a return. We have to do 2 of these. There I wait just so I can make that cycle. Otherwise you get pushed around by little balls. Loop-de-loop and pull. And your shoes are looking good. Okay. Now we can get back to... Not that. Here we're gonna use slide momentum. Not there, but up here. To do a little skip. Also, sometimes when you land on the slide, it just eats every bit of momentum and you slow down. And that's not a whole lot of momentum, but it's fine. Okay. So now we're in our glorious friend out of bounds. Which I guess you really can't be in out of bounds. You're just at out of bounds. But
You're out of
we're out of bounds.
No, that's not.
I don't know. Okay, this is where things get hard. This is, in my opinion, the hardest skip in the game. It's called 666 skip because it skips a section where at the end it says 666. We need some max height jumps. I was just off on that. That's fine.
Timing on these jumps are super precise, especially trying to get up that high.
Oh, and then I botched on that. That's cool. Thankfully, this is all just like you fail it, and you just retry it instantly. We haven't even gotten to the hard part. You think this is crazy. And I keep messing up the second jump there. If you're a little off on your timing, then she just... What? Okay, it's time to stop being funny, game. Let's finish the run. No, come on. Also, this trick being this late in the run is brutal. There we go. Okay, so now I made us a little one. Now we get the fun part.
Now we get the hard part.
Yeah, so I have to rotate my camera down, and you'll see it'll deload all the collision. And then we can rotate it back up, because we're high enough. And we need to just jump and get a jump off as high as we can, and then jump to some invisible collision. I got the hard part first try. Let's go. That is so jank, and for beginners, that's, in my opinion, it almost made me not run the game.
How much time does this skip save?
Like 3 minutes or something, probably. Maybe more. It saves a lot of time.
So not like the biggest skip, but still pretty massive.
Pretty big. Okay, yeah, you can see there's a 6 down there, and then we got 6. And then we can just jump into the trigger. I did get that pretty cleanly,
Very nice.
So I'm pretty happy with that. And now we're just gonna slide.
Yeah, once you got up there, you got the hard part first try. It was very nice.
Out of bounds. Again, sometimes it's just too easy.
Yep, just slide momentum and whee!
Float a little bit.
Glitch jumps are so broken.
Yeah, they're so fun though.
Just being able to press the jump button a second time while you're floating and just like...
Okay, here I just clip into this cage. I held a certain camera angle, otherwise things would deload on me. But we just clip into that cage and then take it to the top.
Yeah, a lot of the out of bounds collision is like camera dependent. Like you've done a lot of like flicking the camera back and forth to deload or reload collision.
Yeah, it's all, so it's not...
Or certain checkpoints.
Yeah. It's not based on Alice's collision, it's based on the camera's collision. Which is very weird. Okay, I already got the screws.
Good old Unreal Engine 3 jank.
Yep. Okay, so this is the upgraded version of the doll girl.
You respire now.
Yeah, and has eyeballs.
I mean, that's good. The other one didn't have eyeballs. That was kind of creepy.
I actually defeated that one pretty fast.
Still want to kill it, though.
Oh, yeah.
Still creepy.
Alright, get rid of that thing as fast as possible. And I always had to do with the other ones. Sometimes they do soft lock, but it looks like none did this time, thankfully. These are like one of the few enemies that actually dodge.
Stop dodging your
Why would
attack.
it
I just want to kill you.
Okay, and that's the elevator fight. Because right now we go into the elevator. Yay. Alright, we're almost done. We have two more skips, and then some light platforming and a boss. We're getting there. Oh, look at that, I got the skip. Nah, that's honestly like nothing. Just a little bit of time save. You'll know the skips when you see them. They're very pronounced in this game. And this one's pretty easy, again. We just gotta hover and then do a glitch jump and dash. Get as far as possible. Oh, no fight.
Death planes, just being able to skip stuff.
Right. And the fact that it doesn't break the game is really nice.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of games would be like, oh, you hit a death plane, we're gonna send you back to your previous checkpoint and not the place that you died at. It's like...
Yeah, or like, oh...
I feel like a lot of games would just be very, very, very strict about...
Yeah, they're starting to become more strict. But they're like, oh, you skipped a checkpoint? Well, this next section is just not gonna work.
Too bad for you.
Like, oh.
You skipped a checkpoint? Too bad. Go back.
Okay, I'm gonna try and jump specifically on this wall. And I got it. So that teleported me directly to a puzzle. And out of the room. Yeah. I can just skip that.
Yeah,
I got that
like,
first try.
That's
cool.
I feel like this was a pretty good era for games.
I think it was. 2011-ish. Oh boy, it's everybody's
2010?
favorite section. This was 2011.
Oh, yay. Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I always have 2010 in my head for some reason.
Oh, what? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I'm gonna say the funny thing, guys. I have never seen that before. We had to have it in a run. Okay, here we get more physics, and these skulls do bad things to your momentum. I'm surprised that second one worked. Sometimes they just kill your momentum and you have to do that cycle over again. They tried. I'll give them that, but they could have tried a bit harder. Also, why does this exist? That would be real.
It's called filler.
Yeah, you did.
To bring the runtime up.
It's a fairly long game.
Yeah, you don't need more you don't need a longer runtime. It's already plenty long. Like,
yeah.
You don't need these sections.
Oh, I got the cycle.
All it does is kill the pace of.
And it just makes like it doesn't advance the story at all. It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, it's just.
Where'd I go? Oh, what? I just got yeeted up into the sky.
Never seen that before either.
Nope. Okay, here's...
Yeah, these minigame sections are just kind of...
Yeah.
Pace breakers, don't advance the story.
Okay, this is the only out of bounds. It's a precise angle and power for that shot. And then we can just roll in some invisible collision, and I got screwed.
Nice.
We do it again. Did you miss it? Watch now. Precise angle and power. Oops. Okay. And there we go. Okay. It's not that hard. You just bounce here and hug the wall. And for some reason it kicked us off last time. Okay, we're done.
How precise is the power and angle for that?
Fairly. The angle's really easy because it's just hold left. But the power is...
Oh, you literally just hold, like...
Yeah, you just hold full left.
You just hold left and it's just...
Yeah, but the power is
fairly
precise.
Okay. Yeah, but the angle, just hold up.
Last skip. Yeah. We'll use some more slide momentum. Oh, okay, I didn't get it.
So close.
Yeah, I hit a weird collision on the roof there. That doesn't normally happen. Normally I'd aim a little bit more left. Thankfully, it's a very fast restart. It's actually, I was about to say it's really easy, and then I did that, and it's like, oh, that's embarrassing. There we go. Okay, easy. And now we just need some height.
Easy. Second try.
That was first try. I don't know what you're watching.
Oh, I must have imagined
Yeah.
the first attempt. My bad.
We're just in Wonderland. Okay.
I was in Wonderland this whole time.
Okay. Not getting the height. It's very close. There, okay. So now I'm going to do something that nobody does. I'm going to run along this wall. You can't not dash along it for some reason. Otherwise, we would have to do some things where like platform to those small platforms. It's really awkward and kind of scary. And very easy to miss one because camera angle's bad. So I just use the big collisions. I don't even know if anybody has ever thought to do that. I might be crazy. And here we go. There's the infernal train. We made it. Oh wait, our goal was not to get on it. Our goal was to stop it. Guess we'll have to figure out how to do that.
That seems like a slightly harder task than just getting on the train.
Well, it was stopped there. I think we succeeded. I think that's run over, right?
Yeah, right?
GG, we did it. No, okay. We still have to do the boss fight. And who is the boss? A guy we've never seen before because you didn't watch the cutscenes. Yay!
It's this guy.
This is Dr. Bumby. He's our psychiatrist.
Yeah, he's the psychiatrist.
He's also an architect, apparently. I don't know how that fits into the story, but sure.
And an arsonist?
Yeah. So it turns out he set the fire. He locked our sister in her room. And then we see him at the railroad station. And
he calls us insane.
Yeah, he calls us insane. And then we find in the goodness of our heart to save him.
He calls us insane. Meanwhile, he's committing arson and locking girls in their rooms during the fire.
Yeah. But it's fine. He apologizes and redeems himself, and then we save him. And if you would like to keep that innocence, that is fine. If you want to hear the actual story, go look it up. But I will say there's some big content warnings with it. It's very, very dark. So we'll just pretend that he was a good guy. Okay, and we'll hit our last upgrade here of the teapot cannon. This is going to give us 4 shots. And we're also going to try and one cycle this hand, which is entirely random. It did not do it. Nothing we can do about that. I tried for about 2 hours one day, and I got it to one cycle once. It's a fun time. Now we just get to dodge these attacks. I don't know why his hands have baby faces on them. So I want to just destroy the hand now. There you go. Alright, one down. The second one is very easy to one cycle.
The cost of forgetting is high.
Just dodge some attacks. Very easy. 2, 3, 4 shots. Survive him a bunch. 1 shot. And 1 cycle. Beautiful. Alright, now we just gotta dash or just not even dash around. We just gotta like avoid 2 attacks. And then hopefully we'll one cycle the final phase. It'll be over. But that's kind of 50-50. So this hand tries to grab you, and then this hand tries to grab you. Exciting stuff. This is why they only made 1 boss fight. Okay, so now his tongue, I guess, whatever that is, comes out. And I got the 1 cycle. GG, the boss is dead. Okay, so the run will be ending. I have to do a little bit of walking, and it's gonna finish with the cutscene, and then the run will be over.
Yay, London and Wonderland are intermixed
Yeah,
now.
they combined because we found it in the good of our heart to save Dr. Bumpy. And they kind of allude to a third game that's not going to come. Yay, GG time.
Ah, sad.
GG.
And now we get the 5 FPS credits. It's really bad. To
Oh
look
my
at.
god.
I don't know why it's so bad. But yeah, that was Alice Madness Returns. If you liked the gameplay, go and pick it up for very cheap. If you liked
Only like
the run,
$10 on Steam.
right? Yeah, it also goes on sale for like $2 all the time. It's crazy. If you like the speed run, you're more than willing to learn it. We got a good community. It's tough, but very rewarding and very fun, in my opinion. Shout out to all of those guys that have put in a lot of work finding all these cool skips. Shout out to Izzy for joining me. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
And yeah, thank you both so much for being on, for showcasing the run, talking about it, all that. Really appreciate it. With that said, we do not have any more content for you tonight. We do have just a quick reminder. We've got a few events coming up soon. We've got GDQ is going to PAX West this weekend, so that's the 30th through the 2nd. Schedule's out now. You can use ~PAX in Twitch chat for more information. Let us know what you're excited to see. We're also going to be returning to TwitchCon GDQ Express. That's going to be the 20th and 22 to the 22nd of September. You can use ~GDQX in Twitch chat for more information. Let us know what you're looking forward to the most. And yeah, that's all we've got for you tonight. But tomorrow we've got As Seen on TV starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by Express Lane starting at 10 p.m. Hope to see y'all there. Have a great night, everyone.